Nothing going on right now. We're kind of just waiting for Kale to get his act together. God. Oh, I think Leather's here. Leather, do you want me to invite you to the stage? I'm assuming you do. There we go. You're invited because you're on the cool kids list.
What happened?
Now you can talk in front of your adoring fans.
Wow. Hi, everyone.
Bill, oh, my sweetheart, my love. How are you?
I'm doing okay. Hope you're all doing okay as well.
I'm tired.
Hold on.
Oh, we lost him.
Oh, Leather's gone.
Oh.
Well, it was nice having him on.
Yeah, that was a really cool AMA. Thanks for coming, guys. Hopefully I'll see you guys in a few months or something.
It's not even officially fucking started. Yeah, it's over already, guys. That was it. I could only get killed for this long, you know. He drives a hard bargain. I have to give him moderator for a week.
Ah.
Right.
Okay.
I'm going to be recording this. For everyone else, feel free to record it. But my recording will have my epic gameplay on Isaac because I'm also playing Isaac at the time.
Oh, fantastic.
I'm just too good. Oh, shit, I need to start the fucking event. Do not at everyone. There we go. We're officially started.
Oh, yeah, nice. So it's... Oh! There you are.
And I still can't hear Kill.
I can hear you.
Can you hear me? No? Maybe.
No?
Skill issue, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I have to say, that's a little cringe, isn't it?
True. I'm not sure how long we're going to be able to get killed down because.
Well, it's not gonna be 5 hours this time. I'm just telling you that.
Hey, come on, let's push for 6.
No.
Yeah, I am recording with my Isaac gameplay, and I'm not going to play a daily challenge because that requires skill. I'm going to play something easy.
Yeah, like Tainted Lost is easy.
True. You know what? True. What were you thinking when you made that? God.
Yeah.
Is it true that the accusations that you actually hate all of your fans and you just make shit to piss people off?
That is absolutely true. It took a lot of time to figure out how to piss the most people off as effectively as possible.
It's skill.
Yeah, I'm glad it paid off.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, but you don't want to talk too much about Isaac today, do you?
I can talk about Isaac. This is what you guys are here for. So, this is
I'm just here to find out your foot size, to be honest.
I don't even know it. I haven't checked in a long time, so I don't even know I don't even know if I would be able to answer that.
Oh, one of the other mods, can you do me a favour? Because I'm currently busy kicking ass as keeper. Can you post in announcements that this is going on?
No,
please.
Well, I cannot do that as a trial mod.
Well, that's a skill issue, I'm afraid. Try harder.
Speak for yourself, mother.
Yo, still with us? I can hear you.
Yeah.
You're here. I can hear you.
We can hear you.
Yeah, I know, but I couldn't hear you.
I don't see how that's a bad thing, not gonna lie. Good.
It looks like that's fixed now. You might want to increase your volume a little bit though. You are very quiet. I don't know if am I very quiet by the way? Can you
you're
guys hear
loud.
me?
You're loud for me, but not for
Okay.
Okay, I think that's good.
Okay, there we go.
It should be a difference. I literally put the settings, so...
Yeah, I can hear you.
You sound fine.
Okay.
A sexy voice.
Also, yeah, I did recently play the Stanley Parable Deluxe Edition and Ultra Deluxe, and I am extremely disappointed that I'm not an Easter egg in it anymore. This is unacceptable.
Oh, yeah.
I want a refund.
Hold on, you're an Easter egg?
Oh, it wasn't the original Stanley Parable.
It's a long story, but it's basically an inside joke between me and a friend of mine who actually worked on the original Stanley Parable.
Well,
Yeah, what the fuck? Do all you game devs just know each other? Are you like, like a group chat that you're just part of?
No, not really. He's just He's just a very old friend of mine. Like I've known him for probably like 15 years at this point. So, yeah.
Gilbert was just fired.
So how long have you two known each other?
Who, like...
Yeah, you and Leather. You and Leather.
Oh, how long has he been?
2015 summer, so just about...
Jeez. Yeah, we basically met when we started working on Anti-Birth.
You already had some of Anti-Birth finished by the time I joined. You finished Spirit Sword when I joined.
I think I barely started working on it. It must have been like, 4 months?
Well, it was mostly items and like a couple enemies that didn't even make it into Repentance.
Yeah.
What? Why? Hold on a minute. What's this about? Why didn't you push to have more enemies? More content is fun, right?
Dumplings. Dumplings were annoying to fight.
That's a lot of the problem with bringing back the enemies from Anti-Birth to Repentance, which is we didn't have a good idea to put them back.
And that's the thing, because dumplings, the way they were in Anti-Birth, if you hit them a certain way, they would just, charge at you in a way that you just couldn't predict. And, that was just unfair. And even without that, you still had to go after them and kill them because they don't chase you.
Yeah, so imagine Delirium, except whenever you hit Delirium, it also bounces, to the other side of the room, and you have to walk all the way over there and shoot it again. And it also has a chance to telefrag you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
pretty much.
There's actually a mod that kind of does this faithful port of Anti-Birth dumplings, and that mod has made me hate them because I realize why they suck. You hit them, they just fly to the other side of the room. They waste so much time.
Yeah.
Kill has this Valve approach to making games where instead of making 4 short games like a normal game developer, he instead makes the same game 4 times, and every time it's better. That's what Repentance is. It's
Take the Nintendo route though. Just get it perfect first time.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, you can't make an argument against that because it's right.
I mean, I'm doing the same thing over and over, so that's that works out for me.
Yeah. I should clarify. I made rooms for this game and also designed a bunch of enemies and some boss attacks.
Oh, he designed a lot more than you think. If you like Dogma, Leather made most of Dogma. Most of the attacks were his. So the design itself was Ed, but Leather came up with all the attacks.
The attacks for Dogma were fun because I tried to base them off of exploits players found throughout the game's lifespan. Yeah. So, the best example is the Brimstone attack.
Yeah.
That one was great because that one is based off this exploit from Flash Isaac called Brim Snapping, where you could make the Brimstone deal more damage by, doing some weird things with the attack thing. And I was Brim Snapping. Okay, let's make that even worse. Holy Brim Snapping. And it's we're basically reverse Uno carding. That's the point of the boss, to just throw all the exploits you found to break the game back at the player. That's what Dogma was all about.
What I want to know is when you're going to re-add the black hole.
Man,
that's the saddest thing.
I mean, I'm very sad about it too, but I guess we'll just add it back if we can figure out like a good way to add it back.
I was hoping that we'd be able to showcase it because Phase 2 Dogma was hell.
I don't think I have a build of the game. I probably have a build of the game from back then, but like actually going back there and building it and then playing it, that might take a while.
Yeah. It's just like Phase 2 was fuck. Because I designed it to be intentionally like that. And then you had to like cut it down.
Yeah.
I love that fucking phrase. Phase 2 was fuck.
Yeah.
There's just no other words for it, just fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, Phase 2 was terrible. I mean, like, the babies were too much.
Oh yeah, I remember like hearing that like the attack that everyone already complains about had exploding babies in addition to it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my baby attack, yeah.
Yeah, like so it's like in Phase 2, it flies around. Right now, at least it's better than when it left creep. So it's like you couldn't walk where it was standing. And then that creep spawns babies that like charge at you and explode. And then also every time he flapped his wings, it would do like Tammy's head. Every single time it
Every single time, yeah.
That's why the sound effect for the wings flapping sounds kind of crunchier than you'd expect, because it was meant to be an attack.
Galaxy, no.
The GIF of this in action. I don't think I do.
I so wish we had this. I would love to see people shit themselves seeing that.
I would play with that, honestly.
We wanted to, but like, you know, content gets lost easily, kind of, actually, when you think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I
accidentally put it in the recycling bin. Whoops.
Yeah, balancing stuff is definitely hard. Especially when you're the base game, because like when I'm on Fiendfolio, I kind of have the luxury of the fact that it's a mod that people who are probably decent at the game are going to be playing. It's not like average player McJoe is going to stroll on up into Fiendfolio most likely. But it's different for the base game, so you have to be a lot more careful.
Yeah.
You know, that would explain it, considering like, I guess that's why Anti-Birth was so hard, because it was like a mod for hardcore players anyway. So when moving to Repentance, we had to tone everything down because average Joe Schmoes are going to be playing the game.
Yeah, like that's the thing, right? Like when you're making a mod, there is so much more you can get away with. But when it's like actually part of the game,
I still want kill mode.
There's sort of like a baseline skill level most people who are playing a mod have.
Yeah.
Except for Minecraft mods, they make everything easier instead for some reason.
Yeah.
Well, not all Minecraft mods make everything easier.
Most of them.
Most do. I'll agree, most do, but not all of them.
So I don't think it's a surprise to anyone that's like I've been kind of looking into Minecraft modding a bit, and I'm really surprised at the lack of mods that add new enemies. Like if you look for Minecraft mods, most of them are just new items, new weapons, new armor that makes you invincible. But there's nothing to challenge this. There are no like.
What mods have you been looking at? There's a large amount of progression-based mods that are similar to.
Yeah, but none of them really add like any new enemies. I mean, I know a few of them do, but they're like extremely rare if you look them up.
I think I might be wrong here, but in my opinion anyway, making enemies for a game like Isaac is a lot easier than making enemies for a game like Minecraft because you have less freedom with Isaac. Like you in Minecraft, you could feasibly get away with making any enemy. Like you could go from a dragon to a poop. I think with Isaac, you don't really have that same luxury.
I mean, I think people underestimate how flexible the Isaac's art style is. But
I'm not saying it's not flexible, and I do understand that there are.
I get what you mean.
A lot
of
like, places.
Minecraft kind of has no like overarching theme to it.
Kind of does.
Like,
I mean, people aren't gonna like if you put like robots in Minecraft, people aren't gonna say, "Oh, you're breaking the Minecraft art style" if you do that.
Yeah,
it would look kind of weird though. You gotta admit, it would look kind of weird.
It would, but it's like kind of normalized at this point, I think.
I don't know about that. Like, I haven't seen a lot of like modded enemies that actually fit Minecraft well. Like it kind of has the same limitations as Isaac when it comes to enemy design because you have to keep things simple and generic. If you give enemies too much personality, they kind of stick out. And it's kind of the same problem as Isaac.
Oh, I definitely 100% agree with Isaac. I think you could make it work with Minecraft, though. I've seen a lot of dragony, like high, I hesitate to say high definition because it's Minecraft, but high definition dragon types enemies that don't seem to fit, but you can, like, if you squint a little, it works.
Yeah.
Like, sure, you have to like, suspend your disbelief, but it does work a little bit. But, I mean, well, dragons would work in Isaac, but something else, just think of something else. Robots probably wouldn't work. Well,
I can't really imagine a robot enemy working in Isaac. A dragon, probably not. I mean, in a way, it makes sense because Isaac would totally play D&D, so like he probably knows about dragons, but like actually making a dragon boss that would thematically fit in Isaac.
Just rip off of Zelda and Nick, whatever it's called from Zelda 1. I mean, that dragon enemy with the 3 heads that you have to shoot beams at.
Well, usually, actually, selective about things. Like he didn't want generic enemies into the game for the most part. He added spiders. He was fine with adding spiders because they only have 4 legs, which is strange. But
is number 4 significant?
No, it's just that it's 8.
I feel like Ed's like design rules are very strange. Weren't like I heard that like Gyro's almost got cut because it didn't have eyes or something.
Oh, he absolutely hates
But
them.
there's so many enemies that don't have eyes. Like all like the brain and gut enemies, like are just
but it's like it's a situational thing. I kind of get where it's coming from. Like sometimes eyes are appropriate and sometimes they're not. Like, and I guess the design, like the gyro, kind of looks like something that should have eyes. So the fact that it doesn't looks weird to him. It's the meat wheels, basically.
What are the biggest things you disagree with, Adam, the two of you? Like, what are the massive things you would say I hardcore disagree with Ed on this, but he's my boss, so I can't really do much.
I don't know if there is anything that I really like.
I'd have to look at a list, maybe.
Yeah, I'd have to think about it. I mean, like sometimes he does give me ideas that I completely disagree with.
Those usually kind of have a compromise, though.
Can I spoil this? I mean, I guess I can spoil this. So, like, I don't think we're really adding this at any point, and it's already been done. But at some point, Ed suggested a bomb item that would let you reroll items by bombing them.
Ooh.
And when I saw that, I was like, I don't know about this.
instant win inbound. If it's just 1 reroll per bomb.
I'm not sure about that one, Chief.
I think it could work if it was like an extremely rare item, like something that you would only see once in like 1,000 runs or something. But Echo Chamber is like really pushing it. I think. I thought at first I hated the idea, and then I kind of warmed up to it because it's like it's a really stupid item, but in a fun way. So it's probably okay.
And then you ruined it.
Golden batteries.
I did. It's like it's different now. It's a little more balanced. Yeah.
Wait, did golden batteries use? I saw Bullet mention golden batteries.
Oh yeah.
I guess.
So I I hated the idea of golden batteries until Ed told me that was the whole point. Like the whole point was just to waste the player's time because that would be funny. And then I completely agreed with him.
It's a lot like that. It's interesting.
I don't know if I've ever actually used them in a run before, because even if I like, they seem appealing, like they don't show up then, because they're so rare.
Yeah, when you actually need them, they don't show up. And then when they do show up, you don't need them.
I only see it in that one super secret room more than anything.
You're welcome.
Thank you. You reminded me that they exist sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of things people are going to get pissed off about, which I intentionally did, needles. You're welcome.
I love them. I think they're adorable.
I love them too.
Like, I genuinely, people's issue with them is like, oh, it's a surprise. Just fucking get good at the game.
I mean, that's literally the whole point.
I can kind of get where they're coming from, where it's like you can't even tell that they're in the room once you enter it, but that's kind of the point.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I may be biased because of this, because I'm a big fan of Team Fortress 2, and when you play that game, you're always looking over your shoulder for spies, so I'm used to this.
No, I definitely like the idea of enemies that like try to be sneaky. Like that's the thing I like. I think that's a lot of fun, But there's actually there's an enemy in Fiend Folio that's like that, but like way scarier. That's all I'll say. So it's like a literal jump scare enemy, or that was my hopes when I added it.
That's great. I like that jump scare.
I'm generally a fan of those kind of enemies, and I think needles are executed pretty well, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Okay, like they don't have more HP than they need to. Like they're kind of just here to give you a little scare. But then, like after a while, you kind of learn. Like you get a feel for it. Like you look at a room and you're like, oh yeah, there's probably a needle there.
Yeah, I love making rooms for them because it tried to make their rooms look as generic as possible. Like a player would look at it and be like, "Is this like from Flash, Isaac? I feel like I've seen it a million times." And then they get a fistful of needles.
Oh yeah,
that was great.
Also, yeah. By the way, Nick, this is supposed to be an AMA. We should be answering questions.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what are the questions going on?
we got like a bunch of questions to look through.
Can we just like not answer any of them and just keep talking about ourselves for the rest of our lives?
That would be really funny.
Well, you know what? Sure.
That would be pretty funny. No, but let's try to answer like at least some of these. Like, okay, so Arkey. Okay, so. Do I think Arkey will see a nerf in the future? But hell no. Like, I hate the item, but that's the point. I made an item that I thought I would absolutely hate, and it's exactly what it needs to be. It's a terrible item. You guys like it. It's not getting changed. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, nerfing it kind of takes away from it. Yeah, some items are just made to be broken, and that's it. Nerfing it kind of takes away from it.
It kind of defeats the purpose, yeah. Having items that give random tier effects are completely fine. They're fun to play with. Especially since $3 bill got changed so that the effect actually gets randomized every few seconds. That's a lot better than the way it was in Rebirth. Was it added to Rebirth, or was it?
It was Rebirth and Fire.
Oh yeah, I think it was added in Wrath of the Lamb. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even know where the questions are.
It's in event text chat.
Yeah, I know, but like, there's some obvious.
Oh yeah, there's like, I put the slow mode on for 15 seconds, but we've got 82 people currently listening. There's no amount of slow mode that will stop there being 82 messages every so often.
That's fair enough. A way to add translation strings to modded items. That's a really important thing I would like to have. It's a little bit complicated because I don't have access to that part of the code. But we'll make it happen. It's something that we definitely need.
Wait, I missed that. What was that about?
About adding translation strings to modded items, because when we added localization, we had to completely change the way the game handles translation strings.
Oh, yeah.
And that did break a few things.
I know there's something where, like, when you get the name of the item right now, it shows, like, hashtag,
the hashtag
item.
thing.
Yeah, it's messed up. So, yeah.
It's better this way. It should have been this way a long time ago, but, like, we only got around to doing it recently. And it's not very mod-friendly yet. But
localization work never ends.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Also, there was a question I asked in chat before about Rotgut and the Visage, because honestly, I think those are the two bosses in Path that desperately need a fix.
Oh yeah, I agree. Rotgut's face,
on the way. Sorry.
I don't know if I should be promising anything at this point because you guys. You guys kind of tend to read between the lines and like.
You've got it in hardcore evidence. You can't get away from whatever you say.
Yeah,
that's fair enough.
So I think I've said this before, but last AMA, I think someone came to the conclusion that we were adding a new character, and I have no idea what I said.
Wait, what?
To me,
what the what?
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Nothing like that.
That's the thing. I don't know what I said that made people think that was going to be a thing. Like there is no way we are adding a new character. Like that's like, at this point, every new character is what, like, how many unlocks would that be?
A lot.
Like we're probably at more than 20 at this point. So that's like 20 more items to design, and like you have to design the character and the tainted version. That's like.
Yeah. Speaking of unlocks, was there a real reason why tainted characters have like each thing, each progression mark isn't its own thing, or was it just because time constraint? If you get what I mean.
The original plan was just to give them one unlock if you beat everything with them. Like they were just supposed to be a fun, like post-game extra thing for you to play with.
Oh, okay.
And then they kind of became a little bit more than that. So we had to come up with more unlocks. And yeah, that kind of just happened. It's interesting because we actually came up with 34 unlocks for them completely by accident because Ed wanted to give all the characters an unlock for beating Mom's Heart, and then I was like, but they already have one, and so we just we were like, okay, but you already designed 34 trinkets, so I guess we might as well use them for something. And so we ended up giving them to the tainted characters.
The Dogma Black Hole attack. No, that's finished. We just didn't use it for a good reason.
Yeah, the reason was that Dogma's first phase already had enough attacks as is, and it also didn't really contribute much to the fight. Like, it just didn't feel good from, like, the pacing perspective, because the fight kind of just stopped at that point, and you were just focusing on dodging the black hole. Like, you couldn't even hurt Dogma because your tears would just get sucked in by the black hole as well. So, yeah, it basically just paused the fight for no reason. So
you have no idea how infuriating it was when he did it twice in a row.
Yeah.
You don't want this.
I mean, I guess you could make it like not be able to use it until it had done a certain amount of other attacks.
I mean, we could do the Tetris thing, but like, come on.
I don't know. I always feel like the Isaac bosses could benefit from their attack selection not being completely random. Like, because I feel like sometimes whenever you see Widow like spawn White Creep 3 times in a row, it's just kind of like, what the heck?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, if the one thing in terms of pacing. Wait, I think I already mentioned this. And it's like when a boss shows up in like a normal floor in the later floors, like fighting Monstro in Depths or Chest or whatever. One thing I wanted is that as soon as their health drains, the doors open immediately and you can just wait for the death animation or not instead of having to before the doors open.
That's something I've wanted to do for so long, but I keep forgetting to do it. I'm sorry.
That's fine. Kill sometime. Sometimes it's like something gets. There's a lot of situations where like we should probably get this done immediately, and then it takes us 3 months to do because we wanted to do other things because that's more fun.
Yeah.
Again, modders.
Yeah.
we have like. I mean, I have kind of like modern sense of priorities. Like it's like do the fun things first. Because if I try to do like the necessary things, it's gonna take forever because I'm not gonna enjoy it.
Yeah, that's why like deadlines are sort of a double-edged sword because they make you do the important things, but they also like induce a lot of stress. So,
it's just a small price to pay for.
I remember the day Ed was like, "Okay, you still haven't started on Dogma. I want it done this week," and he blasted. Fire was under his seat when that happened, and my God, he did it.
That was in July or August, I think. And at that point, I was absolutely convinced that we would be releasing the game in September. So I was like, oh shit, we're so fucked. We're like, there's no way we're gonna get this done in time.
It's terrible, but
How much sleep did you get during those days?
I had not enough sleep. I didn't like. My sleep schedule was absolutely messed up, but I did get enough hours of sleep at least, so that's something.
I mean, it still is.
So what you're saying is you didn't try hard enough, because if you were sleep deprived, you weren't putting in enough effort. God.
I don't know about that.
Well,
if I'm too sleep deprived, I don't think I'll be doing much at all. So
yeah, that's kind of don't work on him. The boy has to have his sleep, which is if we ever make a game together, I'll fire him as soon as he doesn't get 8 hours of sleep a day.
Might making a game together, but like again, no promises. I don't really know what's going to happen.
There's how long have we been answering this question?
Are you already tired? It's only been half an hour.
No, it's just that like we've been on like this one question.
In about 15-ish minutes, basically as soon as I finish this run, I'll start opening up the floodgates for people for joining the stage, if that's okay with you two.
Fine.
Okay.
So then people can come onto the actual stage and ask in voice, because that was quite fun last time.
Yeah, that might be a bit easier to get your questions heard.
Okay.
Also, what is my favorite character? Actually, Nick, who is your favorite character? I'm curious.
Oh, that's a weird one. Usually, it's Judas.
Which one?
The regular Judas.
One. Yeah.
As for Tainted, I think maybe Keeper.
Oh, based. Very good. You know what? I like you.
I'm a very glass cannon kind of guy.
Did I ever mention the inspiration behind Keeper, Tainted Keeper?
It's great.
I really wanted to to make him feel really greedy, and that made me wonder, like, what other games have I played where you feel like extremely greedy to the point where you're just taking damage just for that extra money. And that made me think of MVM in TF2. And also radiation in Nuclear Throne. So that's kind of like a mix of the two, in a way.
I mean, that's why the character screen says "greed is good." That's directly like the announcer quote from Man vs. Machine.
Yeah, that's what it is. There are actually quite a few TF2 quotes in Repentance. I think there's the Soul of Judas, which says "right behind you." That's also like, "Let's meet the spy." And I'm glad people picked up on that.
Yeah.
My only issue with Repentance was that you made Keeper too easy. I'm one of the very few people that thoroughly enjoyed Afterbirth Keeper. I think he was...
Honestly, I don't think he was that bad. Like, I remember playing through Afterbirth when it just came out, and he was a bit frustrating to play with, but he wasn't terrible. I think the only thing I didn't like about him was Swallow Penny, because like it's just you get it and you win.
That one, that's
It really just felt like Lost, but you could cheese with certain money items.
Yeah,
I know for a fact I wanted Keeper to have 3 hearts because I desperately wanted that unlock for Hush, where Keeper just starts with a penny.
Yeah.
I wanted desperately to have that go from the most useless, worthless unlock in the game to one of the most important.
It made so much sense, we just had to do it. Oh yeah, also my personal favorite would be probably Tainted Lost, which like
Nice.
Oh yeah, Tainted Lost is also
That is very unsurprising.
I mean, I think we both made fucking Melting and Nuclear Throne, so we're used to being like, oh, that didn't work out. Oh well, try again.
like, so I know Tainted Lost is like a little bit controversial as a character, but the idea I had in mind when I made him was like I wanted a character that would be really hard, but you would always have a good run with him. Like you would almost always be guaranteed to have a good run. So you lose a lot. You lose a lot, but it's never because you had a bad run. It's just because you got hit.
Yeah.
What I like about Tainted Lost, like you can play him all the time and can't really be upset about losing a run because the next run will still be OP anyway.
Yeah.
There's one thing.
So I actually did a bunch of completion marks as him, and it doesn't feel, or at least I don't think it feels frustrating because again, you just die and then you try again, and you know it's going to be another good run. So it's just a matter of trying until you get it.
You know what I really like about Tainted Lost? I think you wanted to do this with teleporting out of the mom room for the beast path, where you remembered back in the Wrath of the Lamb when the chest was added, you for some reason were very fond of having to actually work to get the Polaroid instead of like it dropping automatically from mom. For some reason you were very fond of that, so you wanted to do the same thing for like teleporting out of the mom boss fight. So it's like, well, somebody's surely going to get like a teleport card, but that didn't really work out. So instead you put it in Tainted Lost with the Holy card. And I think that's like a pretty good way to place that, where it's like players now prioritize fortune-telling machines now and card-generating items.
Yeah. That was just like, that was such a simple thing to do.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? I want to ask two questions, and I'm going to go because I have a thing I have to study for.
Oh,
but they're related to enemies because I'm very much an enemy person. Okay.
My man.
Question 1. How many enemies are designed, like concepted, versus actually added to the game? What's like the ratio?
Well, when it was Ed, it was pretty much 1-to-1. When it was with me, it's
That's
either...
not true. That's not true, Nick. There are a bunch of enemies Ed designed that we never put in.
I thought you... Oh, I was thinking like before Repentance.
Oh, before Repentance.
I don't think any of them got scrapped.
I mean, there was the Bonefly.
No,
but like, we ended up adding it in. We ended up adding it in, but I think the Bonefly was something came up with a long time ago.
I'm not sure what the ratio between like my enemies between not added to the game and added to the game is. Because I don't remember. Was it like 50-50?
Oh, I think it was more than that.
Okay, I'm not sure.
We didn't scrap that many of your enemies. Like they're pretty good.
Yeah, but it's like the ones we didn't add yet is I was thinking, but what
Okay. That's honestly surprising because I was expecting it to be like one enemy getting versus 9 that get designed. That's kind of what it's like for Fiend Folio, except it's more like 20 that get designed. Because there's so many ideas people have. But
I guess I'm much more...
In our case, it's just the two of us, and I would like to think we have a good grasp on, what kind of enemy would work well.
Well, it's not really a matter of...
So usually, like, when we have a bad idea, we kind of just put it aside. I mean, it never gets fully designed. I can't really think of a lot of examples where, like, we actually came up with a bad enemy and then went all the way to the design, like to actually designing it and putting it into the game. I guess there's the split rage creep.
Rage creep. I remember that one in the design documents. That was just called "fuck you" and that's it.
God, that one
Was that bad of an enemy? It's just
I didn't know what to do with the thing.
Yeah, that's the problem.
And it's sort of like, I'm surprised it hasn't happened more. I always find a way, except for that one time.
It happens.
Yeah.
I mean, like, even in the game, I think there are a few enemies that don't actually do as much as they could do. But
yeah,
I mean, we had the well, they're not really in the game anymore. But we had the exorcists, and we never figured out what to do with them.
That's a lot of enemies, honestly.
They would just. I think the idea. So the way the originally worked in Antibirth was that they would revive enemies you killed as ghosts, and then the ghosts would just like they would just act like little haunts, basically, and that wasn't very interesting. So I think another thing I wanted to try was making enemies leave those red ghosts from Valley Retro on death, and then the exorcist would be able to blow them up when you get close to them. And for some reason, we never did that. I'm actually not sure why. I think it could be pretty interesting, but I think I just never had the time to do it.
Devilman as enemies. You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna ask my second question now.
Yeah.
How long does it take to code an enemy once you have the sprites they them to?
It really depends. Like some enemies are really simple and they can take like maybe like 10 to 20 minutes. Like if we're talking just the coding, sometimes it's just like 10 to 20 minutes. Most of the work actually comes from animating them.
Yeah, you make the don't you? Yeah,
I used to do all the animations myself, and I would do it with Notepad, which was a little bit time consuming.
I remember half the Antibirth development was just spent animating.
Yeah. Thankfully, I don't do that anymore. Like Snake's been helping with animating a lot, so that's less work I have to do. So I'm very grateful for that. And he does a fantastic job with the animations. So there's really no need for me to do the animations myself anymore.
Okay, you know what? Since that was a quick one, I'll ask one more bonus question, then I'll be done. Mm-hmm. Which enemy took the longest to code? Not boss, enemy.
Enemy. I have to think about that one. Nick, do you have any ideas?
Well, I don't know, because I don't know how long it took you to code versus how long it took you to get around to coding it.
So true.
That's all shade.
I feel like cultists took a while. Did they? They sound like something that would take a long time.
Cultists, okay, so cultists took a while to animate because I couldn't figure out what to do with them, like how to animate them. And we also weren't sure about the attacks.
Any of the tainted enemies? Nah, tainted enemies actually went by really fast.
No, yeah, tainted enemies were pretty.
Yeah, they're pretty
easy.
simple.
I guess Poties took a while to code, but that was back in Antibirth, and we didn't really have the whole like picking up rods thing done yet. So that was kind of complicated.
I think bosses are the ones that had the most work put on them because they had more ambition. Because like Sedge made a lot of them, and she has very ambitious designs, while I keep it simple because simple is what makes more rooms, man.
Yeah,
that's true.
It's kind of it's a hard balance to find between like simple and effective. You know, people kind of expect crazy stuff all the time, but a lot of time like a really small change can be enough to make. I guess like I'm thinking like bone flies, where they're basically just boom flies, but they shoot at you, and that's about it. But like you play completely differently against them.
It's simple, but it's still different. It's different in a very simple way.
Yeah, just in general, enemies that seem complex, but they're actually pretty simple to make, are like a thing of beauty.
Man, shadies were surprisingly easy to make.
And
they're great. I love shadies.
Oh, they're great.
Yeah, shadies are fun. I wish there were more enemies like that.
Me too, man.
If I had to guess what enemy might have took a while, I feel it's enemies with like really technical movement, like flesh maidens maybe, or maybe like goats with their weird swarming behavior.
Can we talk about the Goat AI?
The Goat AI is awesome. I love them.
So it's not nearly as advanced as that, but I took inspiration from the squad AI from soldiers from Half-Life. Like how there's like a squad leader kind of directing the others. That's kind of what happens there. Like the game actually picks a squad leader, and they kind of take turns. Like, they kind of take turns, which is why they kind of take turns attacking you.
Yeah, only like two will attack you at once. It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the big goat guys were the equivalent of those soldiers that chuck grenades at you a lot.
Yeah, pretty much.
But the Flesh Maidens, I think, is just like semicircles.
Yeah, the math was actually pretty simple. I don't think, they didn't take that much time to make.
As soon as you see the debug of how their AI works, which Kill sent to me as soon as he made them, it's like you understand how they move.
Yeah, that is interesting because...
Do I still have that somewhere? I don't think I
don't know.
But
because
I don't think I'll be able to find it.
I did make like a kind of like a variant of Flesh Maidens, and I was kind of like... I was able to figure out how to like modify the existing AI to sort of make them an actual variant, because I was really dreading having to try to recreate their movement. But I guess they're not as complex as I thought they might be.
As complex as you think.
Yeah,
most of the time it's like once you have a look at the code, it's obvious.
Yeah. The stuff that's complex isn't what you'd expect it to be usually.
Yeah.
I can't really think of any enemies that ended up being more complex than what I expected.
Yeah. They're all pretty simple looking at them, honestly.
Kinetti, maybe? I mean, that seems like the hardest one, considering their Pulties plus the fucking thing.
Well, you would think so, but actually it was really simple. Like,
God damn.
It's just pick a rock and then have the rock, like turn the rock into a projectile and then move it towards like itself, and then pick it up like a Pulti. That's it.
Yeah.
Right, Leverton 2, you said you have shit to do. You should go and do it, you said instead.
Yeah. Alright, see you guys. Goodbye.
Okay, good talk. See ya.
Bye.
Yeah. I'll also go AFK in a bit, but I saw some suggestion in chat that I honestly thought was pretty interesting about Epic Fetus from Rain. Being that Epic Fetus should be like marked, where the crosshair always stays out and you can use control to toggle it. Rockets come down at your fire rate while the crosshair is out. I thought that one would be pretty interesting. Would definitely make Epic Fetus a little...
I would love Epic Fetus to actually synergize with, like, tiers and just tier effects in general. Like right now, it just completely breaks a lot of synergies.
Oh, absolutely. And also kind of feels sluggish to use because it's always at the same slow fire rate.
Yeah, even if you have soy milk, it's still the same. Yeah, I definitely agree that would need to be changed.
Right. I am going to open up the floodgates for the thing. As of right now, we've only had one request to speak, but if anyone wants to, right at the bottom, there's a little button. Jesus Christ! 5 people just in 1 second! Jesus!
God, okay.
Right, so the way it works is I invite you, you then get the request, you come on and you ask your 2 or 3 questions. I said 3 questions is a decent amount, as long as they're not super long-winded and Kill and Leather don't shut up. I love you too, by the way. I was just joke.
All right, I only have one question.
Go ahead.
Okay, sure.
Sticky nickel. Why?
Why not? It's funny.
Bombs.
It's a negative unlock.
Yes, I think it's extremely funny. I see exactly why it made it this way, and knowing that, I wouldn't have it any other way. I think it's completely fine.
You are surprisingly accepting once you figure out why they did something.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's like the haunted chests. The haunted chests are a fantastic unlock. That was Ed's idea as well, and it's just great. I love it.
Actually, I kind of buffed haunted chests because I did a bunch of adjustments to rooms where you can approach a chest by one tile but can't reach it. But if it just so happens to be a haunted chest, you can actually potentially get its insides without having to spend any resources.
Yeah. So I guess it is like a little bit of a positive sometimes, but
it's a mixed bag.
Yeah, and as for sticky nickels, like they are so rare that I don't think it matters at all. Like usually when you see one, you can get it. You have the bombs to get it.
I use sticky nickels in some rooms in clever ways. Sometimes you can have some fun, like trying to have the player find a way to get them for free.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you for your question. You can be banished to the others.
Hello.
Hello.
I have a question about a few enemies. There's at least I think, a small amount of enemies that feel either impossible or very unfair to dodge attacks, like Camilo Jr. with their laser beams, but also the insanely fast Scorch attacks, the third phase of Rotguts, and bloodshot eyes replacing normal eyes in a few rooms. Are there any plans to fix these enemies where they would all be mechanically fair?
I think we actually made Bloodshot Eyes a little bit more fair, I think. Didn't we give them like a little bit of a telegraph before they shoot?
Yeah. But there's some situations where a Bloodshot Eye can replace a normal eye, and Bloodshot Eye laser beams, they linger on for a little bit, and they can corner you in specific situations.
Okay, yeah, that is a problem. They probably shouldn't replace them.
I'm not much of a fan of like an enemy that I placed in a room suddenly randomly gets replaced by something that works completely differently.
Yeah, that usually doesn't work very well. So it's like something I'm totally cool with just removing completely. And as for Scourge and Rotgut, I know they have issues.
They're a little rough.
Yeah. I do have some plans to work on that a little bit. I don't know when that's going to happen. I can't really promise anything, but this is something I would like to fix.
Again, we get around to things in a weird way.
Yeah, we do.
It's great.
Sorry about that. But we're definitely aware of this.
Cool. Well, hoping to see those enemies get fixed.
Okay.
Especially those Camilo Juniors. That's
yeah. I don't even know what to do about those bastards.
I think they should just have a telegraph. Right now, they just shoot, and you have no way to tell where they're going to shoot, and it just feels random when you get hit by them. I don't like it either.
Yeah.
I think like something like a telegraph, like a simple telegraph, would fix it.
Right. Maybe it'd be like... Nah, never mind. Well, we'll talk about this later. No need to like put this information publicly or anything.
Yeah.
Thank you for your question. That sounded very robotic. Sorry, I was paying attention to something else.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, thank you for doing this again, by the way.
No problem. This is fun.
I have a few questions. I have 3 questions for you, mostly related to gameplay stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So one is tainted ? Or blue baby. There's some trinkets and pills that they don't have any direct interaction with, like the poop trinkets and the creep pills. It seems sort of weird that they don't like affect the trinkets don't affect the Q.
Poops.
Like meconium doesn't give the black poops, or the petrified poop doesn't give the stone ones more often. And the creep pills don't give any stat bonuses like the synergies for those respective like combinations would if you get those, which seems also kind of weird.
All right, that's a good point. I have a few ideas. I've been thinking about a few things that could be done about this. I don't want to spoil too much, but this is something I would like to do in the future.
Tetris Wizard.
Yeah.
Another question. Oh, do you have anything else to say, or can I move on?
No, this is
fine.
The second. Oh, sorry. sometimes if people want to enable a lot of them between runs, it's really tedious if you want to enable the same sets of ones because you have to manually enable them between each one. Like say you have the same 5 or like maybe even 10 different effects applied at the same time. But
are you talking about special seeds?
Yeah, the ones that those kinds of things are really tedious to reapply between runs.
So
I was wondering
a way to save presets, basically.
Yeah, something like that, or like have a way to toggle them on and off, or even like if you could make a way to toggle the preset, like a list of them, that would be really nice to have just for like quality of life and stuff like that.
Okay. That's something we can look into. Again, no promises. I want to make that very clear.
Yeah,
because
understandable.
But yeah, this is something we can look into.
Finally, another one is, what are tainted enemies in consideration of like lore? Because is it something like they're sort of like decaying memories or like incorrectly being remembered as like you're going back up the route that you went on, or is it something else? And is there a potential that they maybe could be introduced to like the void potentially instead of like some of the stronger enemies?
I'm not sure how well they would work in the void, but like. So we wanted elite enemies for a while, and the original idea was to have them in the void, and they would be delirium themed. But we never ended up doing that because we never had time to do the void rework. So when we came up with the beast, we figured out like, oh yeah, we could reuse some of these ideas and put them in these floors instead. And the idea was that they were just like enemies that got mutated over time because you haven't visited these floors in so long. So they kind of just got stronger and stronger. I think that was the idea.
I don't know
They
the exact lore thing.
They weren't even originally like originally we just called them ultra enemies, and then like I think that happened like just a few weeks before release. I was finishing them up, and then I realized, wait, we have a name for this now. We have a name for this sort of thing now. When you go to the past and something is kind of different, like we just call that tainted. So that totally works. And then we just call them tainted enemies.
Oh yeah, it's like one last thing in regards to that. Were there ever plans for the ascent to maybe extend for like later points in the game for somehow, or is it always just from Mom and enemies designed for those floors?
We had plans for the ascent to begin at the womb instead of depths, but we figured like it might be a little bit too long. And I think to add, it made more sense for it to begin at depths. So yeah, so the womb didn't make it in.
Thank you for your time. I'll head out then.
No problem.
Sound.
Okay, so I want to know. I have a question. I have one.
Sorry, Dara. I'm so there. There's 20 people waiting. I didn't know.
Wait, you were there the whole time?
You were here so long.
Yeah,
I am a
been here for
moderator.
ages.
I have power. They can wait.
Oh no.
Okay, so, I want to ask real quick. Have you thought about adding a mother or beast path dailies, or you haven't thought about it at all, or it's not in the plans, or you don't know about it still?
Something we've considered. We're just like not sure how that should happen. Like, should it be just should you just get a mother fight like every Monday or something like that? We just call them Mother Mondays, maybe.
Sundays.
You never fucking talked about this.
Didn't we talk about this?
That's so stupid.
It's funny.
Mother Monday. It is.
Yeah, Mother Mondays. But like, we're not sure yet. I don't know if the daily players would want to deal with Mother once a week like that, or like with having to play a tainted character or something. So we're not sure yet.
Yeah, as someone who usually plays dailies and interacts with people who play dailies, tainted characters are probably not gonna be well received at all.
Yeah.
I think. But I think mother dailies can probably work not as something that happens usually, maybe, or not work like in normal runs, but it's something I would like to see in some way. I like the Mother Mondays idea.
I imagine if we did Mother Dailies, the doors would just get unlocked automatically, so you can't get stuck. And then it would work kind of like the Isaac's Awakening challenge.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. It probably worked the best for the daily players.
Yeah.
Anything to take the piss out of daily players and bully them. Fully support.
But yeah, I think tainted characters really wouldn't work well in dailies. That's for sure. Though I still think like very rare tainted character dailies could be interesting just to see what people do. Like I'm really curious about how a tainted cane daily would go.
Oh, that's
like what would the scores? What would the scores even look like?
You're gonna make them go insane.
It's like Minecraft dailies. Like what?
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. This is terrible, and I'm fully aware of it. But if it was like a tainted cane daily, like once a year, I would be very curious about what the scores would be like.
Tainted cane day. Mom, I can't go to school. It's a national holiday.
Yeah. I mean, once a year having a tainted character, like one of them, I feel like that should be fine. Even for the daily people.
April Fools should be the tainted cane.
Yeah, I'm asking because the other day was Mother's Day.
Mother's Day. That makes so much sense.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was waiting on the curated daily, and I was, oh no.
That makes so much sense. Mother's Day should totally be like a mother daily. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That's something we have to do.
Oh, did you update the May the 4th be with you daily? Because I think that still uses Spirit of Destiny.
Oh,
Better use.
We should totally give it Spirit Sword technology. Yeah.
Hope Disney doesn't fucking find out.
Oh, that might be a problem. I have to ask Ed
from afar.
I have to ask Ed about this just in case. But yeah, that would make sense.
I would say it's perfectly fine because the copyright on it would be very loose. Because May the 4th isn't it's a holiday that it can't be owned by Disney.
Yeah.
They don't even the word doesn't even use the Force, which is also a word which really can't be. Well, it can be copyrighted, but no one's copyrighted words
The
yet.
color yellow
well, they have
by a baseball bat company.
Galaxy. I'm not surprised Star Wars Day is on your calendar. You nerd. What a nerd. God. Hey, sorry, user Dumpling.
Yes.
Nice name.
Yeah.
Not you, Nine.
Hey, I used to be the big dumpling guy. What happened?
I took your
Times
place.
have changed.
God damn it.
What was your? Did you have any other questions?
Well, I didn't. Well, this guy just kind of
Demo does do that a lot. He kind of just kicks in and bullies people into submission.
Do you think, as an end goal, do you think that every item will potentially synergize with each other, or is that like way too ambitious?
That is way too ambitious. I would love that, but that is way too ambitious. I don't think that's ever going to happen.
Yeah, it makes sense. I think. Also, do you think Spirit Sword will get any synergies in the future?
Yeah, I think it's a bit of a synergy killer right now.
It's like the new mob's knife.
Yeah. I had very little time to work on Spirit Sword because that was while working on Dogma, and at that point I was convinced that we would have to release the game within 1 or 2 months. So I barely had any time to actually put in Spirit Sword properly and like make it synergize with stuff.
Yeah, the brimstone.
So it's not. Yeah, so it's not as polished as it could have been, but that's something I would like to fix at some point.
Would you think Cursed Eye would think about somebody said that in the chat about Cursed Eye. Do you think that counts as like a tier replacer and is worthy of synergies like with Brimstone and stuff like that?
Yeah, I think Cursed Eye could have a lot of really fun synergies. I think with Brimstone, like a very simple synergy would just to make the beam last longer, because it's like, like the idea is like you charge to shoot more tiers, and more tiers with Brimstone kind of translates to just the beam that lasts longer.
Like with Knife, it would shoot like a few like projectile knives, like Brimstone and Knife synergy. If you overcharge it,
maybe it just like shoots multiple knives that actually come back to you. So it's like you're shooting 4 or 5 knives at once, one after each other. I think that could look pretty fun too.
I remember you had concept art for synergy of Cursed Eye and Spirit Sword, and it looked like a move from Devil May Cry.
Yeah, it's a flurry of sword attacks. I mean, I did that with the Forgotten, basically.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like some people may not like that Cursed Eye gets synergies, because of course it's going to keep the teleport property. And usually people will pick up Cursed Eye in the beginning because they'll be like, oh, I could replace this with something else in the future so I don't get screwed over by the teleport in a final boss or something.
That's fine. The teleport should be there no matter what. I think it's fine.
Yeah, I feel like when you're picking up that item, kind of like Curse of the Tower, you're making that commitment that you're gonna have to deal with that for the rest of the run.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a commitment. You shouldn't just pick it up and then think like, oh yeah, I can just get rid of it later.
I mean, it's in the name, Cursed Eye.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry if I chime in, but will Neptunus also get the same treatment? Because as of now, it's
the topic of Neptunus, Mom's knife kill. Where are we getting that one? I'm not sure if I asked you that question before.
I don't even know how that's gonna work. Jeez.
People, I am in.
Hello.
Hey.
Yeah,
moderators outnumber the devs right now.
What you did in the recent update with Technology and Tech X, where it gives like the same synergy as Brimstone and Tech X. It would be cool if they had like more overlapping synergies where you could achieve the same thing but with different items.
Synergy and Tech X synergy was actually an accident. It wasn't supposed to do this, but yeah, it was an accident. It wasn't supposed to happen.
So wait, did you know about it when you updated the game, or was it just like a thing that accidentally happened? You're like, oh, it's a feature now.
Yeah, it's the thing that it's the thing that accidentally happened. I think we'll fix it, but in a fun way. Like we'll just replace it with a synergy that's just as cool. But I don't know when that's gonna happen. But it's probably
cut this conversation short. But the people keep on requesting to join, so we're gonna have to wrap this one up.
Yeah, come on. Let's give them the questions.
Wait, thank you for buffing Lil Dumpy. It's like the best buff.
Yeah.
That was a fun one to work on.
Next patch. Consider buffing the best item in the game. I forgot.
How could you forget the best item in the game?
That good, you forgot the name. 2 questions before we move on. 1, Kill. What color do you use when playing Among Us?
I only played Among Us once. I would probably pick orange or yellow, maybe.
Base.
And 2, because Nyan keeps bullying me to ask you this, is there anything that is planned or is going to happen with the Alt Path Horsemen?
Man,
that's a tough one. I mean, if you ask me, yeah, I want to make it happen.
These bad boys.
But we're talking like at least 6 bosses. So that's
a tall order.
That's a tall order, yeah.
And Death has an interesting thing to it that might take some time to
Conquest and the Headless Horsemen. Like, come on. They are more like universal concept in the sense, like they aren't official for Horsemen. And second of all, I don't think they have like set spawns, so you can tie them to a floor and just wait for them to exist. Plus, Alt Path has like very few boss battles. It's not mandatory to go there, and you won't be able to see all of them in a normal run.
Yeah.
Because who knows, maybe you won't have the resources, whatever. And making alt horsemen for already extremely rare spawns like Conquest and Headless Horseman, I've seen Conquest 3 times in all my playthroughs. This really puts into perspective the fact that it's not like really mandatory to make 2 of these, and the rest of them can be like, I don't see that problem with adding.
But nice.
I'm not there.
I would like that, but it's just bosses take a lot of work, so
we want to make these as much as you do, especially for the thing they drop. But you know,
but is it sort of a case of you're not sure you're going to have time to do so, or you're not sure? Okay, so that's the case. So if you had the time to do so, you'd 100% do it.
Yeah, it's like a time. It's a time, and also like, but it's mostly a time issue. Yeah, because I would like to move. I would like to move on from Isaac at some point. Yeah. Obviously, like work on my own thing. Work with Nick potentially. So I can't stay on Isaac forever. Like, I guess I might as well say this now. The plan is most likely to officially move away from Isaac at the end of the year.
Yeah, I understand that.
So starting from next year, you're probably not going to see any more updates unless they're like very, very small bug fixes, maybe. But that's it.
Have you got any ideas what you want to do then in terms of games? Have you any like spitball things?
Oh yeah, for sure. I've got tons of ideas. Nick also has tons of ideas. There is a thing I would like to work on with him at some point. I don't know when that's going to happen, but that's just
in terms of Isaac or in general.
Oh, in general, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, in terms of Isaac, yeah, I have a few ideas, but that's not something I can talk about.
I'd love to make more rooms, obviously.
More rooms is always nice.
I'm a man. Making rooms is one of the things in life that brings me happiness, and the Binding of Isaac has a lot of those.
Anna? Right, next person.
But by the way, Kilburn, I just wanted to say that stupid thing before because I really wanted to whine about how many times I see Conquest in the game. I have 3 hours in the game and I've seen him 3 times. So I actually wanted to ask you, what are the drops? What are the chances of me seeing that guy? Because he feels like some sort of Yeti. Do you feel me?
He used to be a lot more common, but I think we decreased the chances of him showing up. But I don't remember the exact chances. I guess I could have a look right now and tell you if I can find him. Oh wow, okay, it's just like... Okay, it's not as bad as I thought, it's just... So if Death shows up in the womb, there's a 50% chance that he's going to be replaced by Conquest.
Oh.
That's it.
Okay.
Alright, so there's a 50% chance that he shows up instead of a boss. A floor where there's already a scripted fight. Yeah, that explains why I've never seen him. Thank you.
Yeah, if you use Book of Revelations in Womb 1, you would probably somewhat reliably get him. It's just
not like the Book of Revelations, because that's why I don't see him that much.
That might be why, yeah.
Right, to the user that's sick. Ask your question, nerd.
Hey.
Hello, chat. Hello.
No.
Before I ask the questions, big shout out to Mawson. It's his birthday today. Happy birthday, man.
I didn't hear him.
Oh.
What'd you say? Yeah, you kind of...
I didn't hear you.
It's a happy birthday to Mawson. Wants to meet you.
Oh, you want to say happy birthday to Masamitsu? I got that. Oh, I heard Masa, and I'm like, yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Happy birthday,
happy birthday, Masa, by the way, if you're listening to this.
Masa's not here right now because he's being a nerd, but...
Oh yeah, typical Masa activity.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, cake and ice cream is on its way, by the way.
Can't believe he's already 56. Yeah.
Wow, how time flies.
Can't believe I'm 72. 89 years old. Really? He's 89 years old?
So
I'm
fast.
60.
So I have 3 questions here. We're gonna go from like least interesting to most interesting. So for delirium, I know. Well, I don't really know if a delirium rework is really on its way, but I do have one.
Delirium is a tough subject.
One tiny suggestion that might make it a bit easier in the meantime. Is it possible to just remove the speed up that comes with the different health states, and then like how much would it change stuff? Like, would it actually like be functional, or would it just completely break it in some way?
I couldn't get out of that. Sorry, did you see? Did you say like remove the speed up he gets when he's at low HP? I think that's something you can do. I never liked that part in the first place because it breaks a lot of the bosses. Like they're not like their AI is not supposed to run this fast. So like it's not surprising that sometimes you just end up with situations where things kind of just maybe you just take damage and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, like when he turns into the Fallen, and then he shoots the brimstone beam, he turns into Pin.
Nothing you can do about it.
The whole screen.
Yeah.
Okay. Second one is, although it's already been asked, I guess, are there any interesting synergy ideas that you're looking forward to? Or looking forward to implementing?
Yes, tell us all of the spoilers. You won't tell anyone, I swear.
No spoilers. No spoilers.
There's only 89 people listening, it's fine.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that.
Okay.
Oh wait, a second. So I remembered what item I wanted to buff.
Oh, okay.
Pressure.
So if
because mine is getting stronger.
Wait, so if we nerf it, people can blame it on you.
Ah,
based.
I
think this is
and
fine.
people can push the blame on me. That would be awesome.
That's great. That's great. I'm all for this. Yeah, let's do it.
Great idea. I'll see you next time. Brand new stupid ass question.
So, last one is, are there any interesting jobs that you did early before you did music and game dev? Any cool stories to tell about that?
Ooh.
No, I mean I used to do programming for like a gas company. No, it wasn't a gas company. It's complicated. It's like a company that makes software for like petrol mining or something like that. I don't know like the word in English, but it's like it's just software that they would sell to petrol companies to help with like mining operations and stuff.
You're French.
I am French, yeah.
Okay. Every time you went to the office, gas would fill the room.
Gas.
How does it feel waking up French?
How does it feel what?
How does it feel waking up French? You know, is it disappointing?
Yeah. No, I mean, not really. It's okay.
Waking up Welsh.
Where's your exact location in France? Just out of curiosity.
Wait, are you asking me to dox myself?
Yeah, just to me, it's fine.
I'm like somewhere in the south, I guess.
Right, on my way.
You got him.
Right, sick. Go away, you stinking. We're gonna move. I thought I saw a mouse on the floor then.
Wait, what was the original question again? Oh yeah, like what jobs I had before the whole game dev thing. I don't want to talk about this as much, but it's like I used to do work for Gmod as well, as in like Garry's Mod, but I didn't really do as much as I would have wanted.
I mean, you kind of did like experimenting with Garry's Mod before you
I
got
did
this
a
job.
lot. Yeah, I did a lot of experimenting, but it was a bit rough working on it because it's not like I think I realized it wasn't really what I wanted to do because working on Gmod felt more like working on a tool rather than a game. And I just realized that I enjoyed modding the game way more than actually working on it.
Right, so you worked on Gary's mod? Would you be in the like? No, you didn't, or you?
I did work on it like very briefly. Yeah.
Would your name be credited anywhere? Or?
I don't think Gary's mod even has credits, does it?
Yeah, I suppose actually. Yeah.
And besides, I didn't work on the game while it was in development. I just did like a little bit of maintenance and adding new features and stuff like that. Like way later on.
Guys, I'm sorry.
So I wouldn't say I even deserve to be in the credits. Like I didn't really do much at all.
It was actually Gary, little known fact. Anyway, little gamer, you've been waiting patiently.
Yeah, I got some questions about the game. Like earlier, I heard you guys discussing about tainted characters possibly coming to dailies, and one of them was how Tainted King can easily break the game by just crafting an infinite amount of items. Like, do you think there is a way you can like restrict such game breaks like that? Like, for example, with Tainted King.
I would like to, but I just think people would hate it. That's the problem. And I don't know if I would.
Let's say you try to Arkey, you could just give it a random item instead of directly giving you the item.
I mean, why? I think that's okay. Like, if you find the recipe for Arkey, like, kind of earned it. Unless you looked it up on the internet.
Yeah, but you know, I can just figure out the seed and then just find a recipe for it.
Yeah, I know. Shame on you if you do that. I am judging you every time you do this.
Also, with dailies, is there any possible chance we can get like alt path dailies or even a daily for green mode specifically?
I think that would be interesting. Like we talked about that before. The thing is just figuring out which days should be dedicated to this sort of thing.
Okay. I was thinking about how green mode could get some improvements. Like, you could probably add more floors to green mode. So, let's say you can add a cathedral to green mode and you can have some unique enemies in that.
Yeah, just to make it feel a little bit more, just to make everyone feel a little bit more unique. Yeah. I do have ideas for grid mode. It's just I don't know if we'll ever have time to put them in or not.
And is there any possibility that? Yeah, I was saying. Is there any possibility that we can get more reasons to go to Corpse? Because Corpse right now is kind of once you defeat Mother, that's pretty much it. And I would like to see some more variety or more reasons to go to Corpse.
I mean, what do you want to do after Mother? That's the thing. Do you want to do the Void? Would you want to go to the Void after beating Mother?
I was thinking more of a 50% chance to go to the Void. Kind of like Mega Satan, except that this time probably there is no direct cutscene.
Yeah, I guess that would make sense.
And
go to Corpse.
Also, is there any possibility you can get like alternative floor themes for Corpse? Because Corpse is like the only chapter without any.
We thought about that. I actually wanted this, but then Ed pointed something out to me that I didn't really realize. Corpse is technically a final floor like the chest, and the chest doesn't really have an out version of it. I mean, there's the dark room, but that's not really the same thing. So with that in mind, I'm not actually sure the Corpse even needs an out floor.
Okay.
Like, yeah, we have Mortis. Like, we did plan on doing that at some point, but like, I don't even know if that needs to be a thing. Like, we still don't know what to do with Mortis. We just have the name and like a very vague idea. So at this point, I don't know. I don't know if that's happening.
Honestly, I
Okay,
always failed to see what Mortis's theme was in general. Like, was it maggots?
It was going to be diseases, basically.
I think it was supposed to be cold.
Cold, yeah, that too. Cold and diseases.
Yeah.
Which, like, I always felt a bit awkward about this because the two don't really go well together. Like, usually you think about diseases, you think about something that's kind of warm because, you know, like heat is what breeds bacteria. So it always felt a little bit, like, contradictory to me. So I was never completely sure about that becoming a thing.
The user Ryoji, kind of stinking in, it said add Mortis, but the stage background is just the entire Morbius movie. What are the chances of this happening?
If it was my game, then yes. But since this is an Edmund McMillan game, that's not happening.
Yeah.
Also,
this is why I'm working with Nick now. Now I get to do this shit.
Yeah, free from the shackles of Isaac.
Yeah, finally.
Kale, sorry, I was asking you a question.
Oh yeah. Also, would you give like more reasons to go to the mines or ash pits? Because in the current Binding of Isaac meta, it's always worth going to Downpour or even Mausoleum for items. But with mines, there's like really no reason to go to mines, just to collect knife pieces too, and that's pretty much about it.
I have some ideas. I'm not gonna spoil them, but I do.
I was thinking maybe with mines, you could probably add like more tools, gold rocks, but if you don't have it unlocked, maybe there could be an alternative for that. So at least then you have a reason to go to mines for the high risk, high reward items.
Guess. Also, I'm guessing Mausoleum is worth it because you get an extra treasure room. Yeah. Then
You can skip wound. The wounds is one, annoyingness of no items and double damage.
I've just realised we've still got 26 people to go through, so I'm going to be restricting the questions to 2 per person for the time being, so we can actually get everyone in. Just gonna.
All right, then that's pretty much all the questions I have for now.
All right, well, peace. Thank you for asking.
All right, then.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I already pressed the button before you started talking.
Kobo, sorry. One last question, because I told this I would tell you. I told a friend I will tell you, so it's not like my question. But is there anything to Clutch and Rainmaker in general? Like, do they have anything to do with each other, or they're related in some way, or backstories in general? How did they come to mind? Tell me more about them in general.
They're ghosts. I like ghosts. But Clutch was Ed's idea, so I don't know the inner machinations of his mind.
A ghost, just one-shot them with Vade Retro. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
Simple.
Clutch is doing the bomb.
Clutch is good. Clutch is good. I don't know Clutch's backstory. It's just Ed just came up with him one day, and
he's a funky man. I like his look.
I think wasn't Clutch originally supposed to be an enemy?
I kind of had like a weird mini Clutch idea where it would like possess the Strifers from
Yeah, we wanted to reuse the Strifers and then like have Clutch, like the little enemy Clutch possess them.
Yeah, that's why they look like voodoo dolls, and I was like, well, that kind of implies that they can be possessed, right?
Yeah.
And Ed loves his possessed dolls, so.
Right, thank you. I will tell my friend when the ANA.
Yeah.
Right, next person now, and shut up. 27 people, Jesus Christ.
Hi.
Hey.
Hello.
So, I was wondering, like, so when you bomb bums, you get increased steal chance, but for some reason, when you bomb key bums, nothing happens. Is that intentional?
Probably not. I'll check. I didn't make key bombs, so I don't really know, but maybe Ed's idea was that key bombs have no soul, so no one cares if you bomb them.
I kind of thought about that, but then it's like the rotten beggars are also already dead, but they increase it as well.
Well,
That might just be an oversight for me, because Ed never told me whether they should increase deal chance or not.
All right.
Yeah, I'm not really seeing anything that shows like whether they were intended to be this way or not.
Okay. I just had always wondered because that's like they're the only ones that don't. Yeah.
It's a good point. Yeah, they just don't have. Yeah, they don't even count as like killing a bomb. I have to ask Ed about this. Like, it could have been an oversight, or it could be intentional.
Well, he is the only one that isn't called a bum in the code.
That is true. He's
what's
called.
he called?
He's called the Keymaster.
The Keymaster.
Yeah.
Let the record show that blowing up bombs sends you to hell, but blowing up masters doesn't.
Yeah.
Except the double
okay.
bomb.
You said earlier too, when you were talking about Arkey, that like you don't like it, but
I hate it. It's a terrible item. And,
yeah, but people like it, and it's supposed to be something that is just stupid.
Yes.
I was wondering if you felt the same way about Sci-Fly and C-Section, because I feel like both of those items are almost game-winning just upon picking them up.
So, Sci-Fly was a bug, actually. Oh, actually, okay.
I mean, it is.
Yeah,
It's a fly. That's what bugs are.
Absolutely not intended, but it wasn't supposed to be this fast. It was always supposed to have a cooldown, but ever since Anti-Birth, the cooldown just didn't get applied at all, and I never noticed. And it kind of just stayed this way forever.
Well, then it got nerfed in a previous update, but I barely noticed it change.
Yeah. It's just the kind of thing, people like it so much that I don't really see the point in nerfing it. And it's not game-winning in, I guess it is kind of game-winning, yeah.
Yeah, because, most of the enemies, their tiers are what's threatening, especially, Isaac and Blue Baby.
Yeah. As for C-Section, that was actually kind of an accident. When did we add C-Section? Was that at one point? I don't even remember the version numbers anymore. But that was the update that came
November 2021.
Yeah, so that was an update that people have been waiting for a long time, and we actually had to add all the missing birthrights and all. So C-Section was something I made pretty late in development, and I didn't have time to test it as much as I should have. So the damage values were too high, and I only realized that too late. And at that point, everyone played with it, and they were like, "Holy shit, this is so good!" So I just couldn't bring myself to nerf it. But
I thought it was supposed to be really strong.
Yeah, but it's way too strong right now. That's kind of the problem.
I feel like it is way too strong. All three of those items, Arkey, Sci-Fly, and C-Section, I would personally really love to see them all nerfed because
I think Arkey. So Arkey, the point of Arkey is that it is really stupid and winning, and I'm fine with keeping that one that way. It's supposed to be this way, but Sci-Fly and C-Section aren't supposed to be like that. They're actually supposed to be fun items.
Yeah, I would love to see at least those two nerfed then, because Sci-Fly, because what I think of when I think of Sci-Fly is back in Afterbirth Plus, if you had 3 pretty flies or 2 pretty flies and a cube of meat, it's basically impossible to be hit by bullets at all. And that was changed in Repentance, where the orbitals have smaller hitboxes, so now you're not just impervious to bullets anymore, but then Sci-Fly kind of flies in the face of that.
Yeah,
and
it kind of
is even easier to get because it's a single item.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, I think that's interesting.
I guess we could. Yeah, who cares about the memes?
If you nerf them and people get mad, just blame me. Blame me.
Who cares? Who cares about the memes? I'll take it. I'll be the guy who killed Sci-Fi.
Good.
I would love that.
As long as C-Section stays a reference to C words, it's fine.
Did I mention Can I even say this?
You can say cunt in front of me.
It's probably fun. Yeah.
I swear in my presence. What's going on? No, none of that fucking swearing.
Originally, I wanted C-section to give Isaac a vagina mouth as a reference to, well, C-word. And
it's a game I've made.
I even made the sprite for it. I don't think I can show it.
Oh no, I don't think he can. If he put that in the game, I think that'd be a disaster.
Yeah.
The game's already rated M. What's the problem?
It's even worse.
So
it wouldn't have made it to Switch.
Fine, but a vagina is not.
You know what? I'm not gonna show it. You can imagine what it looks like.
Oh, it's
this is an exercise to the viewer.
Yeah.
All right. I just have one more really quick question
that I'd rather get from you.
I have one more really quick question.
Okay.
I've been working for like the last long time, like the last year or something, on a really long review for The Binding of Isaac Repentance, and I was wondering if you'd be interested in letting me interview at a later date and put it in the video.
Well, it depends. Is the review good or not?
If you're actually interested, I could send you some of it that I've already finished.
No, I'm just kidding. Like, I don't. I mean, I do care about what the review is, but like, I want it to be honest. I'm just like, whatever you think about the game.
Oh yeah, no, totally. I've already finished like most of it, which is why I'm asking now.
I think. Yeah, sure. Okay, this is something I can do. Just,
okay, cool, awesome. I'll follow up with you later. Yeah.
Just DM me about this later on.
All right. Well, that's all my questions for now. Thanks so much for hosting this AMA.
Okay, no worries. Thanks.
I was going to say this sooner, but hi.
Oh God.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. I have a question that was I always wondered why Crooked Penny was quality 1 because I feel like some people kind of underrate the item, and like I kind of upset that the item is quality 1 because I would like to find with other stuff like Sacred Orb and stuff like that. I always wonder like what's your opinion of the item? Like why do you make it quality 1? I'm just curious.
What? Sorry, I didn't get the
quality 1. Why is Crooked Penny quality 1?
Why is it quality 1?
Yeah.
Because it's a bad item, and every time I use it, it always gives me a penny.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, Alexei, I'm going to DM you my recent freaking Crooked Penny run.
I'd like to
It's a fucking mess.
Honestly, I can't remember why we made it quality 1.
Me? I mean, it's not that bad of an item. It's literally 50-50. What kind of quality would that be? Like,
I think maybe 2 because like it's like in between, right? Like 2.
Yeah, it's 50-50.
Yeah, that's how math.
I don't remember how we came up with that quality for Crooked Penny because like I remember the way we came up with qualities was we actually made a poll between all the testers, and like we got testers of all kinds of skill levels, so I imagine we would get something fairly balanced. And somehow we came up with the consensus that Crooked Penny should be quality 1. I don't remember how we came to that conclusion.
I mean, we always change the qualities anyway, so...
Yeah, I would have to ask again, because I'm honestly not sure.
Sorry, what are you saying?
No, I'm saying like I'm just not sure why we made it quality.
Right.
That's it. I would have to ask.
Honestly, from my perspective, Crooked Penny at least deserves quality 2. You can do quite a lot of funky shit with it, but of course it can also potentially ruin a run. But so it's like 50-50. So quality 2 is like the perfect middle ground for it, I would say.
I mean, I guess it's like, so this is a bit of an extreme case, but like TM Trainer can be extremely game breaking. You can have like a really good run with it if you're lucky. If you're not, it's gonna absolutely ruin your run, which is why it's quality 0, I think. I think it's quality 0?
No, it's 2.
It's 2?
Yeah.
Didn't we make it 0?
No.
Wait, what? Okay, hold on. I need to.
This is
I need to check
Oh
this.
my god.
I don't know. I got thrown at Mega Mush with it once. I don't think that's quality.
Yeah, it
zero
is quality
material.
2. I just saw it on
When did we make it quality 2? I could have sworn I
because
made it
it's a
quality
great
0.
item.
I mean, it is a great item, don't get me wrong, but I always thought it should have been. Oh, I think I know why. It's because we removed most of the game-breaking effects. So usually it would be like a relatively positive thing to find.
I mean, it triggers
Usually.
farts all the time. That's
Yeah,
why it's quality too.
I mean, that's a positive effect, isn't it? So
You ain't gonna find that in Pokemon.
Yeah.
So I had a second question. It was whenever I play like with mods, especially when I play with other people, because I like to play like the online co-op.
Mhm.
It's always annoying having to like disable all the mods. Like if we want to play with mods, like we have to have the same mods enabled, or just other people wanting to like just enable some mods. I was wondering if maybe it could be like to create like mod profiles. Like you can have mod profiles where you have this enable and this or it's not. It's down the place.
That would be nice. Just not sure how much work that would take, especially since the test multiplayer thing isn't even supposed to be supported. So, but still, that would be handy.
Yeah, it would really be. Especially because I seen some people having like 100 mods or something. That just doesn't sound fun.
Yeah. So I imagine having to disable them all and then like enable them again would be kind of a pain. I'm honestly not sure what would be a good solution for this. This is something we'll have to think about.
Yeah, it's kind of tough.
Right.
Oh, those were all my questions. Thank you very much.
No,
And bye Among Us.
Yes.
Yeah.
True Among Us. I agree.
Sorry if any of us keeps like rambling on for a long while. If we start rambling, please press the skip button, and it'll.
Yeah, please press the skip button.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, question number 1. Is there anything behind Henry, the rare poop?
We're talking about Henry, are we?
Oh, Henry.
So who's gonna tell him?
We can't answer that.
Yeah.
Can't answer that now, can we?
I would love to not answer that.
Yeah, let's not answer that.
Henry doesn't exist, but there is something out there in the woods.
Okay, good that you said that, because that was my second question. I saw a concept art for floors and it had woods in the end. It was obviously scratched, and I was curious, what was it about?
The forest, yeah. That was something we wanted to have after the chorus. And that was supposed to be like a purgatory area.
Purgatory.
Yeah, that would be kind of equivalent to, it would be like an area that's like somewhere between the chest and the dark room. Like if the chest was the holy path and the dark room was the devil path, the forest would have been the neutral one, basically. So it was basically going to be purgatory, but we never ended up making it.
Can I ask a question since my first one was skipped?
Yeah, go ahead. No worries.
I just got asked, I know you can't tell me any details, but there are 2 big mods that can't be released right now because of some modding API issues. And I was wondering if it's even on the table to have the fix that's required to make those mods releasable.
That's a complicated one. I don't know if I can answer this. I'm aware of the modding API issues, and there's something I've been trying to do to kind of help fix that. But I can't, I don't know if it's gonna work out or not, so I can't really say anything about it right now.
Thank you for your answer.
Akio Kill says hello.
Oh, hi.
Hello, no, wait, what? No, Kill. Akio says hello. Sorry.
Yeah, it's Akio. He said hello.
Okay, thank you. Check out
Yeah. Thanks for the questions.
Delirium mod, please. Goodbye.
Bye.
Right. God, it's not going down. It keeps on staying at 26.
Oh my god.
Hello.
I don't think we'll be able to answer them all. Hey.
I don't think we will be able to, but we'll see.
Yeah. I have two questions.
Yeah.
The first one is about greed mode, or like the challenge, also the challenge rooms, boss rush and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
With the enemy waves, like you get some spawns, like explosive enemies spawning on top of you and some stuff.
Ooh, yeah.
Is it possible to make it so like you get an indication or something that like you can dodge the spawning enemy?
I would that the only problem is figuring out what the indication should look like.
An enemy outline like half a second before it actually spawns.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, because
like that would
I
be
got
nice.
some ridiculous Tainted Lost greed mode runs, so yeah.
I'm sorry about that. I see exactly what you mean. I think it would be nice if there was a way to tell where enemies are going to spawn, for sure.
Yeah, like having a little bit more iframes or something. I don't know.
I think like you should just be able to tell like where they're going to spawn, like a little bit like a little bit like what Gundam does with enemies.
Alternately, what BBF does the moment you enter a room, there's a little cooldown period before it actually explodes, and if you kill the enemy as it spawns, it doesn't explode.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've already done that for some enemies, but not all of them, which is why you probably still took damage a few times.
Same with enemies that explode into projectiles upon death.
Yeah, like you just can't. Yeah, you just can't account for everything. There's so many enemies in the game at this point.
Yeah.
If I did it case by case, I would probably miss a bunch of them.
Yeah, and it would take a lot of time probably.
Yeah.
And the second, like, it's a very small question, but like, I noticed Box of Friends doesn't duplicate familiars that's given by trinkets.
That's because of the way it works. It's a little bit complicated. It's actually not easy to tell what item, like what familiar was given by an item.
Oh, okay.
And so if Box of Friends just blindly duplicated every familiar, it would just duplicate the copies as well. So if you had like, I don't know, Brother Bobby, and then you use Box of Friends once, you would get 2 of them. But then if you used it again, you would get 4, and then 8, and so on, and you would just go out of control. So the way it works is it only duplicates familiars that were given by an item. And I think that's why it doesn't duplicate the ones given by a trinket. And it might be a bit tricky to fix that. That's something I can look into, but
like it's not a huge deal. It's just something I noticed. Yeah, that was all my questions.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, by the way, happy birthday, Masa. I didn't say it.
Oh yeah.
Someone clip that. Idea. We should probably just all sing a birthday song for Mother.
At the very end of at the very end, I reckon we should all do that.
Absolutely.
Happy birthday to Masa, and then submit the registered.
And then everyone else shouting happy birthday, and I'm there like, you suck.
Yeah.
Great.
Anyway, wasted mine.
How much you're going to do that?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
All right. So my first question, I first thought I can deliver it to Kilburn, but since he is not the person behind the room designs, I want to ask LeatherIceCream to my question. Can I?
Yeah. Sure.
What were you smoking when you made a narrow room in a chest containing the fallen boss?
Which boss?
The
I'm pretty
fallen.
sure that's
It's
like
not
an
mine.
Edmund. That sounds like an Edmund room to me.
Yeah, I don't
because-
usually fuck with the Forsaken. No, it wasn't Forsaken.
Yeah, because I had a Tainted Lazarus run on pre-patched version of Repentance on Xbox, and this room kind of ruined my run. Okay, the second question is to Kilburn. I had it since the Repentance release, but man, why did you nerf more of the Void?
I just wasn't a fan of items that could just endlessly spawn black hearts. I think Maw of the Void was really powerful as is, like just for damage. So there was no reason for it to give you a damage up and then make you nearly impossible to kill on top of it.
Yeah, no, Maw of the Void was like Maw of the Void was just like an item that could single-handedly carry your run to the end, and
In a way that wasn't very fun because it just made you impossible to kill, basically. And I wanted to avoid that as much as possible. So it made sense to me to nerf it.
Can I speak?
Yeah, go ahead.
There's a glyph of balance, if I pronounce it correctly, that can be unlocked by beating Greedier as Magdalene. And you know, with half of a soul heart, you can cheese this item by cleaning rooms and getting soul hearts. So, like, you've cleared 12 rooms, and you can get a full set of soul hearts by having only a half of a soul heart and glyph of balance. So, are you going to do something about it, like reworking it or not?
But you have to clear them with with no health, right?
Yeah,
you have to clear a lot of rooms with very low health without getting hit.
Yeah, I had the Tainted Forgotten run, and I used this cheese, but it was really risky, so I guess you're right about this one.
I think probably okay. Yeah, like it is a bit cheesy, but it's still like high risk, high reward. So I would say that's okay.
Yeah, also I found out about two, I don't know, exploits or just glitches. Like, when playing as Tainted Keeper, I picked up Democles and used it, but it didn't
do anything?
Yes,
That's a problem. It probably should. It should give you more items. That's something I can look into.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to tell you about. And as Tainted Magdalene, I found a way to get yourself a lot of money by having a lot of health, sharp plug, and for blood donation. That you probably
I don't know.
You know.
I'm honestly not sure what to do about that one. Sharp plug is a huge problem with Tainted Maggie, and I'm honestly not sure what would be a good way to fix it because it works as intended. Like it makes sense for it to work this way, but it's still extremely broken. And I'm not sure what would be a good way to balance it.
All right, and also I had one concept. Like, I remember I was playing the game. I entered the arcade and I exploded the shell game. And at 1 second, I thought, like, why when you blow up the shell game, your chances to get devil or angel deal does not increase like this?
That's a good point. That's a good point. Like, you know. Yeah, it is a bomb, so it should increase your devil chance.
Yeah, it's still a bomb. As same goes to the Hell game, and also I had acquired the concept when like you kill sin mini bosses like Lust or Greed. Why won't you get your chances to get a devil or at least angel room chances increased when you kill one of the sin bosses?
I'm not sure about that one because that's not a choice, usually. You don't choose to kill a sin. It just happens. So I don't think that should increase your chances because usually you increase your devil chances. Like, you have to work for it, right? You have to, if you want to increase your devil or angel chances, you have to work for it, either by not getting hit or by making a choice, like blowing up a bomb. And encountering a mini boss is usually not a choice unless you know it's there, and usually you don't. So I don't think it would make as much sense for it to increase your chances.
All right. And the last question I have, well, I'm quite not sure about this one, but I heard like that November patch, you've been working on this all along, like only you and nobody else was helping you back then. Is it true? So, like, Nicholas really left you making the patch alone?
I would say they just left me alone. It was more like a choice on my part. I just prefer programming on my own when I can.
Oh, okay.
That's what happened.
Okay. So
No, don't go around and say like, oh, Nicholas are just like letting him do all the work on his own. No, this is my choice. If anything, they're probably pushing for more people to help me. But I honestly, like when it comes to programming, I prefer doing most of it on my own whenever I can.
Okay. So I don't know what you think about it, but well, I just heard you are going to leave Isaac like at the end of this year, so you're not going to...
Don't worry about that. Like I am thinking about like, you know, getting someone to replace me. So I don't think the game is gonna be just like, it's still going to receive bug fixes. Don't worry about that.
Oh, yeah. So it's because, like, I don't know about this, but it would be really good to have like a local not local, like online co-op when you can invite your friend to play with you in co-op in Isaac, and they can join you. Since I'm playing on Xbox, and you can pretty much do it in some co-op games on Xbox. So, but I guess it's more like a Nicholas thing to do, rather than you.
Souls are more their thing, but so I can't really speak for them.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I don't have any other questions. Like, I think some of questions that I want to ask going to be asked by someone else. So I'm just going to leave it to them. So goodbye.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for the questions.
Bye-bye. You're my little fucker forever, Kilburn.
Jesus. Glue.
So regarding that
day we strayed
internationally
further
truck
away
plug
from
thing,
God.
That was clear as hell. Hello.
Hey.
Oh, my question was if Apollyon and Tainted Apollyon would get reworks.
I can't promise anything. We have ideas, but I can't tell you when that's going to happen.
For all.
Okay, that was
quick. That was quick. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks.
my Apollyon Locust thing is still on the table. If you want to go through with that.
What can you reply to your message, because it is quite far away? I know which message you're on about, but do you know where it was? Because I don't want to scroll back up without knowing.
Yeah, I have to read that again.
Locust.
Regarding the Tainted Magdalene sharp plug thing, you could nerf it so that sharp plug doesn't work on pocket actives.
I could, but like, why shouldn't it? It makes sense that it would. So it's weird.
Anyway, Growl Truck. Sorry, we.
Or I could just completely blacklist sharp plug with as Tainted Maggie, but that's not as fun. Blacklisting is something I'd like to avoid, unless I absolutely have to.
Go on, man.
Growl Trucks. Hello.
Oh yeah, hey.
So I have two questions. The first one is, know that active items are a thing, pocket items like Abyss and Dark Arts. Have you ever considered making the original characters like D6 or Maggie's Heart or Book of the Belial, like making a pocket?
Yes, I have thought about that. I decided against it because I thought it would make the normal characters less special, and they're also balanced around their active items not being permanent. So I think it would make most of them overpowered if they had their active item as a pocket item.
Especially Isaac. I think your idea for Birthright for Isaac was that the D6 becomes a pocket item.
That was one of my ideas, yeah.
We didn't go with it. Obviously.
And then we ended up like...
I see.
We sort of did it, but it's different, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, the tainted characters were balanced around the fact that they have a pocket item, but the normal characters weren't. So if we just took their items and made them into pocket items, they would just all become overpowered. So it just... Yeah, it didn't make as much sense to me to do that.
Okay, so the second question is there a reason why the Demon Vigor just drops 2 spiders when you bomb it?
Yes, because I think that's really funny, and because that was a thing in Wrath of the Lamb.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a thing in Wrath of the Lamb, and I wasn't sure why that didn't make it over to Rebirth, and I thought that was perfect, so I just asked Ed about it, like if I could just put it back in, and he was fine with it, so we did it.
Okay, so thank you, that's all.
Yeah, thanks for the questions.
Thank you. Sorry, I was struggling with my microphone and it started bugging out.
Bug.
Hello, Justin.
Hello. I just have one quick question. Is Jupiter based on Frog from Nuclear Throne?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Alright, thanks. Just wanted to know that.
Fair enough. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, God. The cursed user. I'm scared whenever this one person comes on.
Hey! Hello!
Hey!
How did band user get in here?
Don't worry about it.
This is scary.
So, hey, I kind of came in to ask a very specific question for Leather, actually. Do you have any Plum facts?
Did I tell people that Plum is based off this plush my brother got when he was like 3?
No.
He got like a plush of like a plum. I'm not sure if it was a plum or a blueberry, but it's basically very similar to Plum. It was very round, very cute, had like little limbs, and but it was just purple. The plush, and then I was like, well, then I sort of based Baby Plum off of that.
That's really good. I guess that was my main question, but also just another quick little question. What do you think of the emote Plumgy?
Which one is that? Is that this one? Oh, okay, yeah, it's that one. It's good.
Stop!
Yeah,
Stop! Chat! Stop! No!
It's good, but don't spam it.
Fucking hell! What have you started? Actually, stop it!
I saved a lot of
Christ! If any of you carry this on, kill! Fuck off!
I keep plenty of
You know what?
I keep a lot of Baby Plum fan art on my computer too. Those are great.
If any more of you carry on, I'm literally just gonna start fucking striking.
Do you mind if I get? Hey, mods, do you mind if I get some? Do you mind if I get some quick perns to send a Plum image that I have?
Just send it to me and I'll resend it because it's easier than
got
changing names. I swear to God, stop! One first thing was a thing years ago.
I think.
Right, I'm just gonna manually hand out probation rolls because I'm striking you.
Take somebody in, eh?
Where the fuck is that?
Don't hate anyone after the message I sent. I see more Plum's G spam.
How come there's no Mama Plum?
I had an idea for that, but I don't think we're gonna do it. But I had like an idea for some kind of parent to Plum, and they were gonna look like They were going to be purple and spiky because I wanted them to look like the giant plums from Rayman 1 that you fight in like the first boss.
Isn't the first boss Mr. Mosquito?
Yeah, but the mosquito carries around giant plums. Well, that's great.
Oh my god.
That's great.
Yeah,
Oh,
this
that's
is
so
a plum
cute.
that's true. She's real.
Oh.
She is. Plum will be real in 5 years.
All right, that's all I really wanted to say.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
I'm still waiting for like one of the I'm still waiting for one of the plums to come to me so that I can finally reunite it with inspiration. Go on.
Honestly, it's sorry.
I just had a thought regarding Siren.
No.
The Siren is how Isaac thinks his mother was like in her younger years and is the only non-final boss to be based on Isaac's mother.
No idea. I think Siren is just Sag putting himself in the game. You should ask her.
Yeah. I think Siren is just like literally
Isaac's mom confirmed.
I mean, plenty of bosses in the game are just mom anyway.
Yeah, that seems like the more
mostly final bosses.
Sorry, what?
Aren't most of the Isaac's mom bosses mostly final bosses? Like mom, mother, beast?
Did you know that Satan is also supposed to be Isaac's mom, which is why his legs are so thick?
Is that why his voice clip is mom's reversed?
Yes.
Yeah. We also thought that was just to like save cost, but no, that's just mom. Again, everything in this game is mom. That's the reason why it used to be called Mom.
Okay, hi, Sleepy.
Hi.
Yeah, sorry, Sleepy. Go ahead, talk.
No worries, no worries. Can you hear me, by the way?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So my first question is, has there been any like discussion recently about Blue Baby as a boss? Like, it's been a while since.
Yes, I agree. I think Blue Baby could really use a makeover, but again, like, there is so much to do.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like.
I mean, the problem with us is that, like, by the end of the year, we could add the 4 horsemen, add like a buff to like Blue Baby, and add like a new floor, and still not fix Delirium. Our priorities are fucked.
Yeah, absolutely. So I don't know if we should be adding more. Sorry.
Don't you mean 6 horsemen?
I mean, I don't know about the Headless Horseman. I would be happy with just having the 4 plus Conquest. I'm sorry.
Some more.
But yeah, like, there's so much to do. Like, if we add more on top of that, we're never going to get to this Delirium rework. Yeah. Yeah, right. Like, it's important to Delirium. I completely agree with that. We shouldn't get too distracted. As tempting as it might be.
Yeah, that was going to lead into my next question, I guess, because you kind of answered it. I was just going to ask, like, is there any, like, planned, I guess, like, I guess the way I'm going to put it is, in the tainted character, like, side of unlocks and stuff, you kind of end up just, like, grinding them out one after another, and it kind of becomes a little bit tedious about, like, I don't know, like, halfway through. So I was wondering if there was any, like, planned, I guess, like, global unlocks, you know, like, everything is terrible or whatever. Like, I know there's, like, champion bosses in the, like, base game and stuff.
To kind of things up a bit.
Yeah, just to, you know, just so it doesn't feel like, oh, I've seen everything and I'm doing everything exactly the same way over and over and over again.
I completely agree.
Right.
I think it would be nice to, if you could, like, unlock an extra set of champion bosses or something like that. I have a lot of ideas when it comes to that. But again, this is more work, more stuff to do. And at this point, I don't know, like, what I can promise or not. This is all stuff I would like to do. It's just, I don't know if we'll have the time to do it.
Yeah, I mean, it like, there's been tons of suggestions and stuff over the years, and some of it's fallen by the wayside and stuff. So, yeah, I guess since there's not a lot of time left on development, you really need to, like, focus exactly on what you are going to do less.
What we really want to do the most, basically.
Yeah.
But I agree that it would be nice to have more progression unlocks while you're doing the tainted character unlocks. Because I agree that they do get very samey after a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess that's pretty much it. I was actually going to ask one for Leather, but it's not actually related to the game at all.
Feel free.
Leather, when exactly do you stream? I can never catch you ever.
At random. I try to announce it before like a few hours, or maybe sometimes if you're lucky, I'll announce it a couple days before that on Twitter or something.
Right.
But otherwise, it's random. I just do it when I feel like it. It ain't my job.
Well, yeah, of course. Yeah, that's it. Thank you for having me on.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'll go now. See you.
Have fun.
All right. Thanks for stepping by.
Yeah, thanks.
Awesome person.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hello.
Hey.
I was just wondering, just in general, what do you want to do with the modding API? Like, what do you have planned to do with it? What to add support for, and just fix in general?
It's complicated. I think the modding API has a lot of things that just aren't very practical to use. Like, just like the functions are... A lot of the functions are way longer than they need to be to write. And the enums, is that how you pronounce it? I've never said that out loud. But you get what I mean. They don't need to be this long. It takes forever to write them down, and even when I try to debug things myself, it's a real pain. And then of course there are all the missing functions, like the classes that don't even work. There's a lot to do, and I'm not even sure I'm the most well placed to work on something like that. So I've been. It's tough, but I don't really know how much I can talk about this.
Yeah, that's fair.
I have some plans about this. I have some plans that might make things a lot easier for me, like when it comes to the modding API. But I don't know. I just have no idea if it's gonna work out or not.
Yeah, that makes sense. I imagine that's a really big hassle.
It is. It really is. It would have been easier if we just made the modding API from scratch. But now we got this thing, and everyone's kind of used to using it, and we kind of have to work around all the issues it has, and it is a bit rough, but we'll figure something out.
Yeah, that's nice. Good to hear. And other thing I wanted to ask is just the general idea. Where did it come from for reworking Edith as a concept into Tainted Forgotten?
Well, that's an interesting one. I don't know if I still had... I think Saj made a drawing a long time ago that she posted in Creative, but I thought I would be able to find it. But one of the original ideas we had for Edith was that she was a statue, and you control the ghost that would pick her up and then drop her to another position. So she would be like a turret. Like the body shoots, but you control a ghost that moves her around. So she's like a turret that you can move, but the ghost is her hitbox. And back then we scrapped the idea because we thought it would be too complicated. And then we started working on Repentance, and we ended up doing the Tainted characters. And we weren't sure what to do with the Forgotten. Like the original idea for the Forgotten was that he was just the ghost and the skeleton were just merged together, and you basically just played as the ghost with a melee weapon. And I thought that would be a little bit too boring, so I tried to think of a different spin we could put on this. And then I thought about this Edith idea that we had years ago. And I was like, that actually didn't sound too bad. Maybe we should give it a try again. And we did it, and it worked out. And that's how Tainted Forgotten happened. Originally, the skeleton actually shot bone tears because I thought melee, like giving him melee only, would be too restrictive. But then it turned out, like, since you can pick him up and throw him, that's actually not a problem at all. Like, you can just throw him right next to a boss or whatever and just whack away with the bone. And it worked. And it worked out perfectly.
Oh yeah, it absolutely did. I must say you did a really good job with Tainted Forgotten.
He's actually one of my favorites now.
Yeah, same. Other than Tainted Lost, of course.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, Tainted Lost is such a simple character. I'm honestly surprised he ended up being this fun. I know some people are just gonna hear that and roll their eyes, but like I genuinely think Tainted Lost is really fun. He's probably one of the characters I enjoy playing the most.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's all I had to ask. Thank you for doing the anime.
Okay, thanks for hanging out.
We are slowly getting through them. We're almost sub 20.
I don't know if we'll be able to do all of them.
Yeah, we got another, 50 minutes, give or take?
Yeah.
No, when you get the chance, check your pings. I wasn't originally going to ping, but Deathpool told me to, and it wasn't even serious.
I'll have a look at the pings then. Well, not right now, but after this, I'll have
Fly. Go and ask your question, nerd.
Fly.
Hey.
You're very quiet.
Yeah, you are very quiet.
You're very quiet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Slowly turning this server into a Europe server.
Yeah.
Hotline Miami one. That would be kind of funny. I'm not sure what even happened to that thing.
I kind of wish you brought it back.
Yeah. If I brought it back, yeah. No, I mean, I would feel kind of bad about that because, like, they're like kind of like self-inserts at this point. So I don't know if that's. I don't think it would be good to have that in Isaac.
The creepypasta mode.
The creepypasta one. I guess I can spoil this because I tried it and it didn't work out. But I considered reusing that for Book of Belial plus Wavy Cap. If you had it with Judas' Birthright. Like, it would just replace the trippy filter with the creepy one.
That's really cool, though.
I considered it, but it didn't look good. That's the problem.
Oh, yeah, okay.
It was borderline unplayable. Like, even more unplayable than the trippy one.
Oh, well.
That would be nice. That would be nice. I'm not sure why we didn't add any new ones.
I mean, the rules card only covers the secrets in Rebirth, so...
Yeah, it would be nice to...
I suggested this right before the game released, I think. But, like, again, priorities.
Yeah. And more fortunes would be nice, too, so we can finally have Isaac and reroll.
Oh, yeah, Isaac can reroll. I forgot about that.
And then maybe we can actually add, like, the entire cow farm thing.
Oh, I don't know if we can swear, actually.
I gotta ask Ed about this. Like, can we actually get away with it? Especially since the original tree doesn't even exist anymore.
No, I'm mostly worried about the swearing.
I mean, we can just censor it. That's okay. Like, just put the asterisks.
Oh yeah.
So you can.
Game, bloody babies are fine, but the F word is not.
So everyone can finally know how much of a little fucker Edmund is.
Yeah.
Right. So, I hate to call this one soon, but we're going to have to carry on, I'm afraid.
Okay.
So, okay. Peace. Hope that did something.
I gotta go. See ya.
Bye.
Oh, okay.
Bye-bye.
Everyone's going. No.
Sorry.
Yeah,
my choice.
got another 20 people to go through, roughly. I don't know how many. I don't know how many of those people are new or not. I'm going to be looking through them in a bit.
Did you lock the queue, or can people still come in?
People can still come in, but I organise who goes through them first.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
So I have a few questions.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you confirmed that Delirium rework is coming, right?
I mean, yeah. We're going to rework Delirium. I can
One way or another, we have to at least fix like telefragging.
This is like the last. Yeah, this is like the last thing we'll have to do before I move on.
I'm also wondering if the Voider rework is coming.
That's a complicated one. Like, I have a lot of ideas. The problem is I don't know if we'll be able to do them.
Okay.
Like, I have a lot of worries about the Void rework because, like, what if, like, what if we make it worse, right? Like, for some people, like, what if some people prefer the old one? Like, how do we handle this? Like, it's always harder to rework existing content than to just make new stuff.
That's weird.
And I know Ed had some concerns about that as well. Like, I talked to him about potentially reworking the Void, and we'll figure something out. I definitely want to do something at least. Like, I feel like the Void is a lot of missed potential. So yeah, I would really like to do something to it. I'm just not sure what yet.
Okay. I have another question.
Mm-hmm.
Last one.
Will there be any more character reworks like Lazarus and Blue Baby?
We have, like, a lot of people want Apollyon and Tainted Apollyon to get a rework, and we have some ideas. I just don't know if they're going to happen. They may or may not happen, depending on whether we can make it work or not. I can't promise anything.
Okay. I have one last, but this is not a serious question.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think about Tainted Blue Baby? How do you like him?
He's really shit.
Nice.
That's the shit wizard.
A lot of people don't like the character. I enjoy him a lot, and I was wondering what you think about him.
No, I'm quite happy with him. I actually visited Leather when we came up with the idea. Like, we were like, how do we do Blue Baby? How do we make like a poop wizard? And then we were like, holy shit, we could make it like Tetris, like poop Tetris.
Yeah.
And then it kind of just happened.
Luckily, nobody here. Well, actually, that's not true. Maybe people here at least understand English, so when they saw two dudes walking around talking about shit wizards, they must have been very confused.
Right. On to the next person. Goodbye, my friend.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thanks for stopping by.
Hello.
Hello.
Just.
I have one question about qualities of items.
Mm-hmm.
First, why Team Trainer is 2 second quality?
I'm not sure. I have to check. I don't remember because the qualities kind of change very often, and sometimes I forget why these changes are made. So I have to ask. But I mean, I think Team Trainer is quality 2 now because usually it gives you a positive effect. Like, realistically speaking, it only ruins your run sometimes. You're not like, chances aren't that high, and we got rid of most of the really run ruining effects. Not all of them, but that's something I'm actually working on. So, like, thinking about that again, I think it makes sense that it would be quality 2. It's just an item that can be either really good or really bad, so it's kind of the same logic as changing to be quality 2 as well.
Okay, but and also why wafer is 4th quality? It is not such good.
Wait, it is? Wafer is one of the best items in the game.
Wafer is
easy.
Wafer is like it basically doubles your HP. That's what it does.
In late game, you try to not take damage a lot, and
Okay,
you
what
have
about sacrifice rounds?
no, yeah, it's the power in the start, but I think it's more quality, 3rd quality. I don't know, really.
It deserves to be on the same quality level as Holy Metal. Would I? Yeah, I'd say so.
I'd say that.
Yeah. In an actual run, when you have actual HP, it protects you about as much as Holy Mantle does.
Yeah. It's slightly different. I'd say Holy Mantle definitely is stronger, but in certain aspects.
Oh, it's more stronger for more characters.
Well, to be honest, it depends on the circumstance which one is stronger. Like for self-damage sources, Wafer definitely wins, but in other cases, I would say Holy Mantle is better.
Yeah. Overall, I'd rather pick Holy Mantle. That's just me.
Yeah, but both options are like still pretty good.
Oh,
I'm always happy to see Wafer, so
yeah, definitely.
That's pretty much. Maybe if we made a big Wafer, that would be item quality 4, and then the last one we could make.
Right. Thank you for that question. We're actually sub 20 now, so we're getting there.
That's good. That's good.
We're actually getting there.
I think your microphone's muted.
All right, hello.
Hello.
Okay, I was in the previous AMA, by the way. So the achievements, right? You know how you changed the 5 Nights at Mom's achievement to only require a 3-win streak, right?
Yeah.
Will there ever be nerfed requirements for some RNG heavy achievements like marbles or huge growth? You need to use like 5 of the same thing.
Absolutely, that's on the list.
All right, that's pretty cool. And next one, this doesn't entirely apply to me, but Ocular Rift. I know people really dislike that item. Is there possible that there will be a buff for it, like its price will be lowered or the rifts will deal more damage?
I'm honestly not sure. I feel like it's fine. Like it's kind of wacky risk reward item. Like it's an item that can cause you to take damage, but it's still really powerful. So
right.
I'm not.
That's my opinion.
Sure. Yeah.
I think the item is fine. I just heard a lot of controversy around it.
Yeah, I thought about it, but I think it's fine the way it is right now.
Gets people talking.
Yeah, basically.
No such thing as negative press.
Right. Well, there is.
All right. And my last question is more jokey. Is this game secretly just a Nuclear Throne reference? I've been playing it more recently, and I see so many similarities, like the whole skipping canisters to get the radiation monsters and stuff, like skipping item rooms to get a planetarium.
Played a lot of Nuclear Throne. Leather is actually the one who introduced it to me, I think.
I really like Nuclear Throne.
It is an excellent game.
Yeah, I haven't reached the throne yet.
It's okay. Most people don't.
All right. Thank you for having me on. Download my mods.
No.
Yeah, of course.
Don't support self-promotion unless it's buying my Patreon, where you just send me money and I do nothing.
Hello. I had a quick question about the network test and if there was any updates on that, because I haven't really seen anything online for a year or so on it.
No, I haven't had time to touch it at all. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't really tell you if there are any future plans about it. It's just kind of there for now.
All right. And then other than that, I had a few small things. One was on the mod enabling and disabling, something like a mod pack where just a list of enabled mods should work well enough, especially for people who create mods, always having to enable and disable stuff.
Yeah, mod packs would be nice. I'm not super familiar with this, but the game doesn't support mod collections at all right now, right? You can make collections, but you can't just subscribe to a collection and then have the game just download the whole thing. Can you?
I'm not sure.
I have to. I have to look. Yeah, I have to take a look.
Okay, and then other than that, a void room recommendation, perhaps, or a void floor recommendation, perhaps, like chests and dark room imitation rooms can also make chests drop items.
The reflex is there, isn't it? When you see a chest in the chest floor,
yeah,
you think, oh, that gives an item, but it doesn't, and it's
Oh, maybe it should only happen if the room looks like a chest room. That would be interesting. That would be cool. I don't think it would be too game breaking to just get a few extra items.
And then the last thing I wanted to mention was try doing clutch on Tainted Jacob. It's so pain. Like you have a good run.
I've done Tainted Jacob? Really?
Tainted Jacob with clutch.
No, I've done clutch. Okay, so I've done clutch with Forgotten, melee only, no items. But I don't think I've done that with Tainted Jacob. I have to try it. That sounds like fun.
All right, that's it. Thank you for having me on.
No worries.
Okay. Bye.
Oh god, I don't even know why this person.
That's not that hard.
What a stinky user. God.
Hey.
Hank.
So I have a few things to say. First, shout out to Ryoji.
Uh-huh.
I see him in the chat. I'll say hi. Second, a friend in a different server asked me, "Can you guys hear me?"
You
could be a bit louder.
If you could be a little closer over than the other side of your room.
That better?
No, not really.
No.
That better?
I'm sorry.
There we go. That's
there we
I'm
go.
literally holding it in my mouth right now, by the way.
Good.
It must be a Discord thing then, setting.
Yeah, we can just. Yeah, I can just increase your volume a little bit. That's the.
We'll let it in post-production.
I'm fine with this.
Okay.
So a friend in a different server wanted me to ask Kilburn if he was part of team compliance.
No.
Okay.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't either.
Oh.
Secondly, sorry, I'm looking at chat. Secondly,
sorry.
Have you seen the Alt Horseman mod that Hibblegunshi made?
Oh, I think I saw some videos of it.
I haven't seen the videos though. I have to check them out.
Yeah,
I did.
It's really cool.
I have to check it out.
I just want to bring it to your guys' attention because those mods are really cool.
Yeah, I've seen some really neat mods coming out. I saw a mod that does champions for some of the repentance bosses. Some really good ideas in there.
Yeah.
I think stuff I actually wanted to do myself too. So, if that ends up in the game at some point, I might not have stolen the idea from you. Sorry.
It's fine. A few more things.
One more thing.
One more thing. Okay. So, what are your thoughts on Omori?
God, why?
I haven't played it.
I think we kind of saw that coming, but I've heard of it. I haven't played it. I heard it's good.
Based. Good.
You should try it.
I'll check it out. I know it's like a spooky game a little bit, but spooky games are nice. I have to check it out.
It was really good, really impactful to me. So I think you guys should try it.
It is quite good from the sounds of that.
And
Not
if
that I've
everyone's
really
not
finished
respect
it.
for this, so I'm sorry. I apologize to everyone.
No, it's okay. Don't worry. You don't need to apologize. It's an addiction. It's fine. It's
a disease.
It'll be cured soon enough. Anyway, I'm going to move you away. Peace.
All right.
Right, we'll see if we can do another 5 or so people, and then.
There he is, Slim Shady.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another Kill AMA.
I remember it, so you don't have to.
I have a single question for you. So, a few months ago, I think I pinged you, and you said you've played both Danganronpa 1 and 2, right?
Yes.
What are your favorite characters from each game?
I would have to remember. It's been a while.
Oh.
I don't know if I have like any favorites. Like I remember liking all of them. I'm trying to remember. 2 is like probably the most recent one in my mind, and I remember. The thing is, I don't remember the names. I'm not good at names.
Putting you on the spot. Whoops.
It's okay. I'm bad at names too.
I mean, obviously, Chiaki is pretty good, but like she's like one of the main characters, so that makes sense. But one of the more minor ones, I'm honestly not sure. I kind of like all of them. I'm not sure I really have a favorite.
Nah, that's fine.
They're all like, yeah, I'm thinking about 2 right now, and I can't think of a character that I just didn't like.
All right. Well, I don't really have any other questions, so have a good one, and remember to play the art collection.
Arc, more like Shart. Yeah.
Hilda has he doesn't have a lot of favorites, actually.
Oh, I was muted. Hello.
Hello.
I have like 2 questions and a little request for you. The first one, I know you told me one time that I should give up hopes on the secondary area in Mausoleum, but I wanted to know why it was removed in the first place.
Oh, you mean the extra the extra area in the Mausoleum?
Yeah.
We removed it because we couldn't figure out what to do with it. Like, I just couldn't think of an interesting way to do it. That's all. Like, the original idea was to make it an extra hard area with some kind of reward at the end, but that was just, like, oh yeah, if you have a good run, you get more stuff, and then if your run isn't very good, you're not going to risk it. So that's not really fun.
Yeah, I see. I understand. That makes sense.
One of the ideas, one of the ideas we had was that like it would be an area that removes all of your items, and you have to fight a bunch of kind of difficult rooms with no items at all. And of course, the rooms would be balanced around that.
Yeah.
But that ended up becoming the Mind's Escape.
Oh, yeah, I see.
We just removed the combat entirely and just made it an escape sequence.
Yeah, I see. And since the 3rd knife pieces was removed, the mausoleum split floor wasn't useful at all.
Yeah, there was just no reason for it.
Yeah, okay, I see. This is a real silly question now, but like, can we consider Bethany and Lazarus as siblings?
Of course they are.
They are in the Bible.
Okay, so the characters are siblings, but like, of course, in the game they're all Isaac, so they're not. But the characters themselves are siblings. Yeah.
Okay, I'm happy about this information. Last thing before I go, because I'm shaking. Can you recommend Saucisson to everyone, please?
It's really good, and I would absolutely recommend it if you can get your hands on one.
Thank you. French support. Anyway, I'm gonna go now. Thank you for your time.
Yeah.
Okay.
When the wind is
You did well.
then the fire is hot. The okay, hi guys.
Hello.
Hey.
Oh, I just noticed someone else who's coming up.
Got me.
Hello. Okay, so I was wondering, so back before Rep was released, you guys did a bunch of blog posts on Steam, and in one of them, Kill, you said that one of your proudest achievement was in Repentance, and I was curious to what that would be.
Jeez, there's so much.
I would have to read that again. That was the Tyrone interview, right?
I think so. Yeah.
I remember saying that, but I don't remember what I was talking about. I might have talked about the tainted characters.
Maybe it was that. It was either that. I think it was Tainted Cain specifically, or was it Ed that was really excited about Tainted Cain?
It was, but I like Tainted King a lot too. But I was mostly just really happy with the Tainted characters.
Just in general.
So I'm pretty sure that's what I was talking about at that time.
Okay, I see. And next, I was wondering, I guess it more depends on Sag and Snake, but are there any more resprites that are planned?
Probably. I know Sag has a bunch of them in mind, but you would have to ask her.
All right. And also, I don't know if you can answer that, but regarding API updates, is custom floor support something you're considering?
Yes, it's gonna take a while. And like on top of the lyric work we have to do, it's just I don't know when that's gonna happen. But like the API desperately needs something like this. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Also, last question, Kill. When are we gonna eat poutine together?
God, I wish. I mean, you know, we don't have to wear masks anymore, so maybe flying will become possible.
You're come over to Wales? You're gonna visit me, Kill?
Yeah.
I got a visit Kill, actually.
I haven't traveled anywhere for quite a while, so. Also, it's not pudding, it's poutine. It's not the same thing. Get your stuff right.
No, it's not the same.
It's not the same. Poutine is like...
One is shit and one is very good. You have to try it.
Right.
Yeah, well, that's all for me, so thank you very much. And remember, play Revelation when it comes out. Bye.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this absolute cretin that's going to turn up.
Oh, you sound like a Limbo of the Lost character.
Well, maybe I am. I don't know. Hi. This is the two boys. Have you met each other in real life?
Yes.
I remember asking Kill that he met Edmund like last game night.
Yeah, and I also hung out with Leather in real life.
How intense was the room? Was he like? It was very tense.
It was very hot.
Did you kiss?
No.
Maybe. We had Serbian Burek together.
Oh yeah, we also had Kara Georgieva.
Oh yes, Serbian dick.
It's a long story.
Okay.
I bet it's a long one.
I want to hear it. I want to hear it though.
That's what they call it. That's like the national dish of Serbia.
Yeah. Well, it's not. I don't know if it's the national dish of Serbia. I think there's more, but like, it's definitely a tasty food.
One of them, and it's really good.
Yeah, it's just Kara Georgieva Schnitzel.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is, but it's
You
surprising.
have so many words.
What? It's not that unusual. It's like.
I'm a plain American, you know.
Okay,
I only eat hot dogs.
Listen,
it's kind of like a hot dog, actually.
Yeah, it's kind of like a really big hot dog. Should I just like post a picture of this?
Yes, go ahead. Show them the Kara Georgieva.
Oh yeah, someone changed Oily's name to Truly Refract. What a shame.
And my last question was, if you're gonna add a, there it is.
It looks nothing like a hot dog. It looks like a sausage roll.
It is.
Looks like a rolled up schnitzel. What the hell?
The meal.
It
is. That's what schnitzel.
Yeah. It's rough where it said that it looks like a corn dog.
It isn't even a corn dog.
It's actually pretty large for. Like, it's not the size of...
It's not all about size, let me tell you.
It's like fried mashed potatoes we make in Italy, because,
well, it is. Well, we do take a lot of inspiration from Italy, but that's how the inside looks like.
Yeah, look how pretty it is.
I don't know why Vin calls it Serbian dick.
Gross.
Literally just fucking come. You literally just come. What the hell?
It looks like the Camembert burger.
It is kind of cordon bluish, actually.
Yeah.
Just to put it out there, if anything that comes out of it with blue, please go to see a doctor. Nothing inside your body should be blue.
You don't know that.
Anyway, what was the question again?
Okay,
Yeah,
the
what
last question was... Y'all kept interrupting me. Are you going to add the elusive ID 666? Because that was... It's like in the game. It's not really
It's
in
a
the
very
game.
important ID. We just haven't figured out
Yeah.
what item would be good enough for it.
Soy milk. There we are. Problem solved.
Yeah.
No, actually,
honestly, I think Little Dumpy would be perfect for it.
Actually,
it has to be a new item, but we don't
Yeah, it has to
like
be
we
new.
haven't figured out something worthy of 666 yet.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like an Isaac 2 thing.
Maybe.
yeah, we don't. It's like the Stanley Parable broken achievement. We don't add it until the sequel.
And my last thing is happy birthday, Masa.
Yeah, of course.
Bye.
They're going
Happy birthday,
crazy.
Right, we'll probably do another 4 people and then call it quits. So to everyone else, I'm sorry. It just that's the way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey.
Hello.
My only question is, why was the decision made to reduce the number of knife pieces from 3 to 2?
Because it just like 3 just felt like too much. Like we wanted to redesign all the puzzles because I didn't like the ones from Anti-Birth. And I wanted them to be more like challenges rather than just puzzles that you had to solve once and that's it. And we couldn't come up with 3 puzzles. Like that just felt like too much. And in a way, it made more sense to just have 2 because the key pieces also have only 2 pieces. And also, like you have to go to the mausoleum anyway to go to the corpse staff. So there is no other. You don't really need another incentive to go there. Like the corpse staff is the incentive. So with that in mind, the mausoleum didn't really need a nice piece.
Yeah, I guess. Well, that's why I had to ask, because I was going to ask about the forest, but it's been answered already, so...
Anything else?
No.
Was that it? No, fair enough.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
So back on topic about item ID 666. So you know how Among Us is canon on Forest Souls?
Oh my fucking god! Are you suggesting what I finished suggesting?
Yeah.
Yes.
New Team Fortress 2 item.
I have to talk to Ed about this.
Yeah.
The Stussy item.
Yo.
Hello.
So I'm going to keep this a bit quick because I'm about to go to prom right now.
Good luck out there.
Thank you.
I can't believe you're not taking me.
So I should have taken you. But so for the pay to win item, this is kind of specific. When you have it and you go to the mirror dimension, the shop is locked. Is it, or is that supposed to be intentional, or is it just?
Oh, you mean pay to play with the coin?
Yeah, pay to play.
It shouldn't be locked. That's a bug. I'll look into it.
All right. And my other question was with the Forgotten. So, like how Boneheart loss basically like contributes to Angel or Devil deals. Is it a like intentional that whenever you use the sacrifice room and you lose a Boneheart, it reduces your Angel or Devil chance?
No, that's also a bug. I actually fixed it on my end already, so it's probably a thing for next update whenever that comes out.
All right, cool. Thank you.
No problem.
All right, no worries.
Yeah.
Peace.
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 Oh, hi.
Hey.
Oh shit! You asked me to send something, didn't you?
Yes, it's going to be right now.
Yeah, 2 seconds.
I just have 2 questions. One's real quick. The other maybe a little bit. This mod, the Dark Bum Bowtie mod. How do you feel about it?
Oh, this is adorable. I like it.
It too big for he goddamn body.
Yeah, but that's cute.
Yeah, I just want to say that is all.
And then my second question is about a specific item in the Tainted Lost item pool. Why is Tainted Lost able to get Little Baggy? Because it replaces all cards with pills, and that's kind of not good for Tainted Lost.
This is a good point. I I mean, it made sense to me back then because it is an item that gives him an effect. But it's true that it's usually not an effect we want. So
Yeah, maybe we could move
maybe you could remove
What if there was a holy pill?
Holy pill. Yeah.
Holy pill.
Holy pill. Holy pill.
Holy pill.
Just see the chat. Kilburn fighting his intrusive thoughts to say because it's funny.
Anyways,
Nah,
those
it
were
would
my,
probably make more sense to remove it when you look into that.
anyways, those are my 2 questions. Thank you all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Ryoji's asking, what do you think of the Able Hearts mod? I don't know what mod that is, but I'm assuming.
I don't think I've seen that.
Oh well, Ryoji, sorry, but we'll have to move on. You'll have to send proof. Oh well, that's a shame. We didn't embed, did it? Oh god.
What is that? What the fuck?
Able Hearts.
Honestly, everything should be able.
Oh, everything's replaced with Able. That's like when I replaced everything in Spelunky with Flowey.
Aiden, what are your questions?
All right. So first,
Hi.
you don't really need to answer this. This is just me dropping a hint. Do something with curses. All right. So here's the actual question. You frequent this Discord, and I remember you held like polls here quite often as well. How often do community suggested changes actually make it into the game? Are there any notable ones that you thought were like amazing ideas?
God, it's been a while. I don't remember.
All of us sucks.
No, true. There are some good ideas in here. Sometimes.
Able.
Actually, I remember a thing. I remember when the update added Tainted Jacob's Birthright came out. People called the second Esau Darker Esau, and I was like, how did I not think of that? And then we renamed him to Darker Esau. I think the original name in the code was just Dark Esau's Shadow, which didn't sound nearly as cool. Yeah, it didn't sound nearly as cool. So now that he's officially Darker Esau.
All right.
Cool.
Right. Okay, then the next thing it would be, you mentioned how at the end of this year you're probably not gonna be working on Isaac anymore. Are you gonna dump all the concept art, all the thoughts that you had to us, so that we can laugh at it?
Yes.
Nice. I always like laughing at Kill.
Yeah, I'll do it. At least what I can share. I have to ask Ed about it, but
Yeah.
I'm sure there are a lot of ideas you can just dump out there.
I made even more because that's all I can do.
Ah, nice. All right. So, this is a request or letter. A few months ago, I asked you to add your narration into the game for the new Repentance consumables.
Oh, yeah.
You realized that you can't do that, right? So, can you instead make a YouTube video where you narrate all the new Repentance pills, cards, and consumables?
Oh, that sounds more like something I could do, yeah. But like, I'm still not sure if I'm motivated enough to do something like that. It's a very again, like Kill. I'm like, sure, I could be doing this thing that's a priority, but I feel like doing this, and there's like a bunch of things that I wanted to do for years, and then I get around to it like in a day because I just felt like it. That's the word of the day. I just felt like it, and then suddenly it's made.
This is exactly how I work as well.
So we're not very productive.
Sash is a bit like that as well. Like, that's why we work so well together.
Yeah.
All right. That's all from me. To all
Okay.
the 89 people listening.
Thanks, man.
Okay.
Character.
Peace.
Thank you.
You're muted.
Hello.
Hey.
My first question is I can't hear anything.
We can hear you.
Are you
hearing?
My first question is, what is your favorite game right now?
Minecraft. I've been playing it way too much lately. In general, I'm not sure. It kind of changes. Like a long time ago, it was Gary's mod, and then it was TF2, and then it was Isaac.
And then it was Breath of the Wild. Base.
Yeah, for
And
a
then my
while.
second question.
Yeah.
And then my my second. Oh my god.
Good. Go ahead.
My second question was: are there any cool mods you've seen recently?
Any cool mods for Isaac or in general?
Just for Isaac.
For Isaac, I haven't actually looked at. I haven't actually looked at Isaac mods for a while.
There's that.
I mean, I played Faithfully for a while, and that was fantastic. But since then, I haven't really looked at any Isaac mods. Well, actually, there was that mod that added a bunch of champion bosses, and I thought that was really cool. But
The alt path ones.
Yeah, that was a pretty good mod.
Cool too.
There was also what's the name? The mod that adds the tarnished characters. I thought there were some really good ideas in there.
The Epiphany mod.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, and one more. What's your opinion on Monstro?
Monstro is great. He's such a simple boss, but he's exactly what he needs to be.
He's the face of Isaac bosses.
He's actually the very first boss I fought when I started playing the game.
Mine was Larry Jr.
Monstro is the one I first remember when I started playing Flash Isaac.
Yeah. And I thought he was hard back then because, I had no idea what his attacks were.
The beauties of roguelikes.
Yeah.
The French roguelikes are what's inspired by that same. I'm sorry, I butchered that.
That was fun.
It was.
Anyway, bye.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for stopping by.
We're actually not far from the end, but we're going to have to call it quits after
Ooh,
this
finally.
last person.
Hello.
Hello.
First question. I have some stupid questions. I'm going to ask the serious questions first so I don't get instantly fucking shit-canned. What was the hardest boss to code?
Oh boy, that's gonna be a Mother took forever because I had no idea what to do with her attacks. Like the attack design was mostly me, I think.
Yeah. I mean, half of them are inspired by fucking Kirby, so it was you.
Boy, motherfucker.
Yeah, Mother's attacks were inspired by what's her name? No, that was like. Oh yeah, Marx. That's it. Marx. He was like. That's like the attack where she kind of flies off screen and then like goes down screen and then back up. That's the thing Marx does, but it's like he does it sideways instead. And there were a few other ideas I took from Kirby as well. That took forever to code, mostly because I wasn't sure what design, like what to do with the attacks. When it comes to technical stuff, I'm trying to remember. Siren? I mean, Siren didn't actually take that much time, but also that was way back in Anti-Birth, so I can't really remember. But if we're talking like repentance only bosses, the Beast took forever. Dogma was surprisingly easy. I think most of the time was just animating it.
Yeah, sounds fair.
Was Turtlehead? No.
Like the poop physics were pretty simple.
Yeah, poop physics.
Colostomia took a while too, but that was also a design issue. Like I wasn't sure what to do with the attacks.
Design issue.
Yeah, design issue.
That's what the developers have.
Singe actually has really complex AI. Like he tries to line up with the balls so that when he explodes, the balls actually come flying towards you. It's way too complex. It's way more complicated than it needs to be.
Yeah, like we mentioned before.
And I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember why I made it so complicated, especially since the boss itself is like. He's not like. He is far from being my favorite in the game. I don't think he's like the most fun boss to fight in Ashpit. But so yeah, I don't know why I made his AI this complicated.
All right, sounds fair.
Yeah, that's it. That's the hardest ones I could think of.
Yeah, sounds about right. Deathpool, this next question is for you, my buddy. My buddy, pal. Why would you ever consent to being Welsh?
There are a multitude of reasons.
Go on, I'd love to hear
honesty.
What?
Honesty.
Yeah. See, Welsh people are honest. We're just perfect human beings.
DB, I'm so proud of you coming out as Welsh in the recent year. I think it's a really brave choice.
Thanks, babe.
I'm so glad you finally came out of the closet.
Shut up, Albert. You're still a trial mode. You don't get to talk to me. Who are you talking to?
Do Welsh...
Imagine having right and your name is like...
Do Welsh people have a pride flag?
Yeah. It's the Welsh flag.
I didn't know Welsh people had a flag. Shit. Oh, that's a cool ass dragon.
Yeah, we got literally the coolest flag on the planet, and that is unarguable.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh,
As a filthy Brit, I stand down.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, piss off.
Shit.
I remember that an ancient Roman town, I think it was just a city, the ancient Romans, one of their cities, had their flag have a penis on it with wings.
Based. Utterly based. Right, we're moving you back to the audience, by the way.
This is when Italy has peaked. Oh, and another thing for my friends. Just saying
friends, don't lie.
It's not coincidental the color is green. You see, when you take a closer look at the Welsh flag in the Discord chat, you may see that the shade of green present inside the flag is directly related to the one present in the moderated role, and this is not a coincidence.
This is true. It's also the same. Shrek is played by a Scottish person, I think. I'm sure he's Scottish.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And Scottish people are descendants of Celtic people, which Welsh people also are, as well as Irish people. We all come from the same one singular group. We just kind of split.
Hold on a second. Is Shrek actually played by a Scottish person?
I think.
I don't think Mike Myers is Scottish, is he?
Is he not? I thought he was.
Mike Myers, right?
Yeah, he's Austin
Yeah,
Powers.
he's Canadian? What? Fucking hell, I thought he was Scottish.
How did he tricked English people into thinking he really was Scottish.
He thought he was Scottish.
That is brilliant. I mean, he did play a Scottish fat guy, so he's sort of, I guess he...
Oh, yeah, he did play, yeah, I suppose. He does have Scottish heritage. Ha ha!
That explains it.
That must be it then.
Yeah, I can sense a Scottish person from a mile away.
Across, yeah.
Just before we finish up, I have had a message from someone that I'll read out in a second. Orba has said, and this is directly towards you, Leather. Thanks, Leather, for making Plum. I really got to say she's helped me a lot as a character. And despite her being so simple, I find a lot of comfort and personal strength from her. She's helped me find a lot of new people, and I must say a big thank you for making her. She means so much to me.
Of course.
Orba has an unhealthy addiction with Plum. It's concerning.
Some people convert that. This is not new. Some people convert Plum into alcohol, and then that becomes their addiction. So,
well, yeah, I suppose.
She is based off a plushie, so the comfort makes sense.
Alcohol makes me comfortable. This is true. I'm going out drinking tomorrow, so that's going to be fun.
I'd like to join you, to be honest.
Drunk pool is funny.
Do I pin the master image?
Yeah, pin it in creative or something, I don't know. Anyway, I've got to get going because I've got to go to bed and Kill's joining me. Oh, sorry. I wasn't meant to say that. And just one final... Oh, yeah, we've got to sing Happy Birthday to Massa.
Exactly, that was my suggestion.
Black Massa. Right. On 3. 3, 2, 1. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
I mean, what?
So,
huh?
That's such a mess.
Where was I?
Oh, it was brilliant. Oh, truly brilliant.
Was Leather singing it in Serbian?
I don't know what happened in the last 3 hours, man. How did I get here?
Oh my god, do you guys believe that Martha is already 8 years old?
Yeah.
One last question. Leather, where do you come from, if you don't mind me asking?
That would be Serbia. It's a Balkan country.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't speak it at all.
Now
I couldn't tell. Your accent is kind of hard to pinpoint.
He does. He kind of does, though.
Yeah, that's why I'm terrible at Serbian, which is very strange for a Serbian. That's what happens when you work with English.
At least you don't wake up French. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Not the most in the world, I guess.
It's okay. It's not racist. I'm part British, so
it's a rivalry.
We're allowed, you know. I'm not allowed to hate British people. It happens, you know.
You are literally well.
Jokes aside, right? I'm going to end it up here. Thanks for coming. You've been brilliant. Thanks, Kill, again, and thank you, Leather. You're both brilliant people. Keep up the good work. And I'm sure I speak for everyone when I say that we'll look forward to whatever you guys are cooking up. Just as long as the mod team get early access.
Yes.
And Kill, you better send me that picture of Bullet naked.
Oh.
I really want this image.
Record it.
I think you can. Okay, so there's this game called Enter the Gungeon. I'm pretty sure you can get a lot of naked bullets there.
That is.
So there's this TV show, right, called Family Guy. When at a certain point you see there's a bullet scene where there's a bullet and he's naked and he's talking to a telephone.
Please leave. Makes my life a little bit easier.
Okay.
Not for you guys. You guys can stay. It's
I mean, we can leave too, right?
Yeah, we do. You do have to leave eventually.
Yeah.
Okay, but that was really fun.
Yeah,
Thanks
it was good. I'm glad you came along, Leather. It was a surprise when Kill said.
I love talking about myself.
Yeah.
Well, you're more than welcome. If you ever want to do more AMAs ever, period, just DM me.
Okay.
I'm a busy guy, but I'm happy to put aside some time for AMAs and shit.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping sometime this year, probably when Four Souls drops, the Requiem, we can get Ed on for an AMA.
Oh, that would be awesome.
I think it'd be really cool to have both of you two and see if we can get Sag in the not obviously in the AMA because she doesn't use VC a lot, but at least in the chat.
Yeah.
I think she was